I don't know. This weekend is going to be a tough one. I'm concerned about this weekend's game. I know Arsenal also haven't started very well, but neither have we. We've had a couple of dodgy results, and our away record last year was very, very bad, and I'm just very, very worried about this one. If you get away with a draw, I think I would be happy with that. I hope that Højlund starts, and I'm really, really hoping that Rashford scores a goal this weekend.
So I'm going to do a quick one here, going for 3-1 win to United, up the way, not the Paddock.
Ross Murphy and my Paddock matchday predictions. Manchester United take on Arsenal at the Emirates Stadium. I would like to see Rashford on the left, Anthony on the right, and Sancho playing as a false nine. Hopefully the front three get a goal, because we haven't seen them get a goal yet. International break is after this, so hopefully United sign off with a win. And I would take a draw. And that's why my score prediction for the game, I'm going to say 2-2. Make sure you like, share and subscribe to Stretford Paddock.
Here is my prediction. Arsenal 1, Manchester United 3.
Hi all, Brian here. I think it will be a 1-0. And the scorer could be from Rashford. And if he's playing Højlund, it will be a fantastic debut. And I think both teams, honestly, so far have not been consistent. Both sides. Just hope for the best and hope that we play well throughout the whole 90 minutes.
Jay here for Stretford Paddock. This is the Arsenal Watchalong Manchester United travelling to the Emirates for one of the biggest games of the season. So because it's a big game, we've got the big guns out. We've got Scotty with me, my partner in crime. How are you doing, bro?
Yeah, good, excited for this, man. I'm positive.
If you're positive, I'm positive, because you can be quite cynical. So if you're positive, I'm all about it. Also, as well, my old mucker from the Table Transfer Podcast, Ronaldo Brown.
What?
Mucker, friend, acquaintance. Yeah?
No, I never heard of that.
Let's see how you start straight away. You start with some fucking shit straight away.
I just didn't understand the reference. I thought
you never heard Mucker? It's a bit cockney.
I thought you were subtweeting me anyway when you said the big guns.
Yeah, I felt that as well.
Oh, right, sorry.
Yeah,
can we have Ronnie's single for 1 sec? Sorry. Let's have a look. Go on.
Shit. Just spill my drink.
I mean,
That's a great
to
start.
be fair, Ronnie, I ain't saying anything because they're the size of my legs. So I'm saying nout. Yeah.
So my friend Nosa, his brand.
Okay.
Check it out.
Yeah, check out his friend Nosa's brand. Check out his guns.
Hey,
Thank you, producer. We've got producer Ethan on his own today as well. He's grafting hard. So give him a shout out as well. Let's get into it. The team has been announced. There was a Twitter rumour doing the rounds that Anthony Martial had injured himself in a warm-up. The only slight flaw with that rumour was this came out before the warm-up had started. But it didn't stop lots of people, including, I think, us, from tweeting it at one point. And we've got the mouth-watering clash that is Palace versus Wolves on in the background here.
Eze just scored.
Yeah, he's decent at the minute.
Decent. That's a great goal.
Eze just scored to put Palace 2-1 up. Anyway, let's get into the serious business of Manchester United Football Club and our team for the game at the Emirates. So you've got Onana in goal. The back four is Dalot on the left, Martinez and Lindelof. Your centre-backs, Aaron Wan-Bissaka is your right-back. In midfield, you've got Christian Eriksen, Casemiro, Bruno Fernandes. And then up front, you've got Rashford on the left, Anthony Martial down the middle, and Anthony on the right-hand side. Few sort of questions about, or sort of rumours doing the rounds that maybe Højlund would start. He's on the bench though, so I'll go into the bench. You've got Bayern Deer, the new goalkeeper, Reguilon, Maguire, Evans, Dangor, Hannibal Mejbri, Facundo Palestri, Alejandro Garnacho, and Rasmus Højlund on the bench. Ronnie, I'll start with you. Give us your thoughts on that team.
No Sancho.
Yeah.
At all.
Or McTominay at all.
McTominay. Obviously, I've not heard anything about that. I might be a little bit late with it, but I didn't know that Sancho would not be available. I just looked at the bench and thought for a reason. I was like, it looked a little bit light. And obviously, we've got plenty of injuries.
Yeah.
The injury issues have been like well reported and well spoken about in recent weeks. But I just looked at it, it looked kind of featherweight for a bench, especially in a game like this. And then I realised, where's Jadon Sancho? Where's McTominay? But then again, I did tweet, United's squad depth this season, when everyone's fit, is pretty strong in terms of its depth. I'm not sure how high the quality is. I think like the floor is not exactly extremely high. But in terms of bodies and personnel, we've actually got at least 2 players for every position, but it's just about raising the kind of quality level. But we need to do that eventually. But the bench is kind of a concern to me, because in a game like this, which will be extremely tactical, especially from Arteta's side, he came out in the week and he said they played 30 something formations or whatever.
Yeah.
So I think,
and then he's speaking about his route home or route to the training ground. He went off on a tangent. Did you see?
Yeah,
his
he's just.
he was going about the ice on the road.
He's off his nut a little bit. But I'm just looking at it thinking, this is going to be a game where United are going to have to make changes, make adjustments, kind of react to what's going on in the game. And I'm just wondering whether we have enough on the bench. I know Hoyland's on there to kind of change things, really.
Scotty, I'll get your thoughts and then I'll give you the Arsenal team. What do you think of that 11 and Ronnie, and like Ronnie was touching on there, the quality of the bench as well?
Yeah, I mean, the question marks of the day is going to be sort of Lindelof at the back end, Delo again at left back. But the bench is worrying. Eriksen's of an age now and does get tired later into the stages of the games.
Good point.
Casemiro, you don't know which one's going to turn up of late. Sometimes he's having a great game, or if Casemiro isn't having a great game, then he's having a bad game. He hardly ever plays like a 6 or a 7 performance. So who's replacing them? Do you know what I mean? You bring Maguire into centre midfield. I just can't see.
That would be a bold move, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it really would. I wasn't too surprised that Hoyland wasn't starting. I thought it's the usual sort of signing where you bring him on halfway into the game to make an impact maybe. Sancho not being on the bench as well, that was a bit of a weird one for me. It's been weird how he's dealt with Sancho at the beginning of the season anyway, Ten Hag. I thought with pre-season we're going to see a hell of a lot more out of him, but it doesn't seem to be the case. I'm still positive. I don't think Arsenal have been that impressive so far, but Ten Hag's away record isn't great.
No, it isn't. Yeah, I mean, we don't know with Sancho. If we get any news, he might get asked about this, the manager. So if we hear anything, we can give an update. Usually, can't you find out something? Aren't you mates with him? Hey.
I think the comments could probably tell you that.
Yeah, someone in the comments. Get involved in the comments if you know, because someone tweeted yesterday, I think it was, when the squad was travelling down, they didn't see McTominay or Sancho in the squad. Travelling squad, and obviously that's what's happened here. They're not on the bench, so it might be injuries, it might be something else. Let me just have a look here as well at the Arsenal team. We'll get into the Arsenal team as well. So you've got Ramsdale, White, Saliba, Gabriel, Zinchenko, Rice, Havertz, Odegaard, Saka, Martinelli and Eddie Nketiah up front, and then on the bench you've got Raya, Tomiyasu, Kiwior, Jorginho, Smith Rowe, Nelson, Vieira, Trossard, Jesus. Ronnie, what do you make of their 11 and bench? Do you think that's a strong sort of squad, matchday squad, should we say?
No, it is strong. They've got a few injury issues of their own, but their squad is strong. It'd be naive to say otherwise. Can I have a little look at it again? Because obviously I can't see it. Have we got?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it's Nketiah up front instead of Jesus. I think Nketiah has started the season quite strongly, actually, so I don't think that's necessarily a weakness. Havertz hasn't basically hit the ground running either. They've got no Thomas Partey, he got injured again. Very much Martial, he seems to get injured quite a lot, but they have brought back Gabriel into the team, who hasn't played in recent weeks. I think we should target Zinchenko, though. I think against Arsenal, they are very, especially at the Emirates, they struggle to keep clean sheets. They're very expansive, they're very open, they play good football, but they can be got at, especially in transition. It's weird that we've had such a bad record against Arsenal in recent times, especially away from home, because transitions are where we're quite often
we're better
counter-attacking, pace, going forward quickly, where we've got space kind of capitalise on. So we should have quite a bit of joy. But the problem is, Arsenal's best, obviously, players going forward, and they have become one of the better teams in Europe in terms of doing that. They are very creative. They can hit you from all different angles. They cover all different zones. And we haven't looked defensively solid at all. And I think if we give them the same spaces that we've been giving teams in the first few games, you could be in a little bit of trouble. As much as we can hurt them going the other way, we have to defend quite a lot better. Otherwise, it's a huge, huge concern. But I'm personally looking at that team. They probably are favourites in this game.
Yeah.
But they're not impossible to get at, and I think we've got the players to hurt them.
Yeah, Havertz hasn't started well at all, has he? I think you did you have a bet with producer Ethan?
I had a bet with Ethan that I said Havertz won't get 12 Premier League goals this season. Joe Smith has had a bet with Ethan that, because this is Ethan backing Havertz, that Havertz will get 16 Premier League goals. I think, to be fair to Ethan, I think he's already given up on that.
That was wild.
I think he gave himself pre-season And then after Havertz's first proper appearance for Arsenal, went, no, I've made a mistake here. And we had Kevin Campbell on the other day, Arsenal legend, your mate as well, one of the nicest guys in football. And we told him about that bet, and he was trying to be diplomatic about it. But even he was saying,
he backed United though, didn't
he? He said that he thought United had a better season last season because of silverware.
Yep.
He said that Arteta has to challenge for a title again and has to win something this season. He said the pressure is on Arteta. He said, like, obviously he's been impressed with what he's done, but he said you have to win things. It's no good finishing second and not winning out. And plus, once you do finish second, people expect you to kick on, and the only way to kick on from second is obviously winning it.
Yeah.
And it is difficult because City have got off to a flyer as well, but we can't just give up on the league in August or September now. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with Arsenal. I just said, the one thing I said to him, and I've said to others, and I think it might be the same with Ten Hag, to be fair, a long run in the Champions League or doing something in the Champions League could get you out of jail.
I expect Arsenal to actually falter a lot more than I thought they would in terms of the fact that last season they weren't really in any other competitions and they kind of focused primarily on the Premier League.
Yeah.
I think it's almost the opposite from next year. I think they stumbled at the last hurdle, but then as a club, their whole kind of focus has always been getting back into the Champions League.
Yeah.
I think now that they're in it and they were so strong last season, once the Champions League campaign starts, I think they're going to put that as pretty much one of their priorities in terms of, and when the midweek fixtures come, I can picture them faltering again in the weekends.
I think Arsenal's record in the Champions League is abysmal. Final for that club. Like, for me, a team that was in the Champions League for about 20 odd years or something consistently.
I think they'd rather win the Champions League. It sounds obvious, but I think they'd rather win the Champions League or probably even get to a final.
They're like United in the sense that I'd probably back Arsenal or United to have more of a chance of winning the Champions League than the league. Especially the way City have started.
No, I agree. I think, look at historically, but Scouse has finished 5th and won the Champions League. Chelsea finished 6th and won the Champions League twice. Like, you can be, not even one of the best teams in England and still win the Champions League if you get favourable draws or you turn up or whatever. Obviously, it's very difficult to do. Fergie only did it twice, but it's doable. Jay Frasconi in the chat says, good day, boys. Martial will gas out by the 60th minute. On current form, it's just a matter of time before we see Højlund. Also, I hope Erik ten Hag brings on Evans ahead of Maguire to finish the game off. We'll get into Johnny Evans in a minute.
I'm hoping that United at least level or maybe a goal in front by the time Højlund comes on.
Yeah,
because
I don't want pressure on him to chase in the game and get us the winner.
I just feel like his profile in terms of his pace and power, he could be vital to the way that we close out the game. If they're, especially when the way they chase it and they're throwing bodies forward, they defend quite 1v1 on a defensive transition anyway. They kind of trust their players like their athletes, like Saliba and White and Gabriel. I think Højlund could get a little bit of joy in behind, as often Rashford does when he plays against Arsenal. Yeah. So I'm hoping that's the way it works out. I think if Arsenal go ahead early, that's my concern, because they're much better than us at controlling the game, and then we kind of lose that counter-attacking element.
That's been our problem again this season, hasn't it? Controlling the games and stuff. But you made the point before about how we like to play against open teams, and last season at the Emirates, we were great for the first half, weren't we?
Yeah.
I thought we came out and attacked them. Rashford scored that blinder of a goal, and again, it's just how you shut up shop. And that was without Casemiro last time we were down there.
Yeah, that's right. He got that booking, didn't he, against Palace, who were just winning 3-1 at the moment against Wolves, which made he miss the game at the Emirates. And you could tell last season at the Emirates, we had that game against Palace midweek, didn't we? And Arsenal didn't have any games midweek. And I think he caught with us. I just think I think he can have in that one extra game, because we fell off a cliff.
Did we draw that? That was a free kick, was it?
Yeah, the last minute free kick. So obviously it's deflating to lose the drop of points, and Casemiro getting suspended, and also having that game. Arsenal didn't have any. They had a few days extra rest. And if you watch that game, I mean, we fell off a cliff after 75 minutes. Jerome T. Green says, who are we going to bring on when Eriksen gasses out? We don't have any midfielders on the bench. Worrying times, Jay. I agree. Daniel Farr makes the same point. There's only attacking subs of note. There's essentially no midfield quality to call upon on the bench. If you look at our bench there, midfielders, you've got Dangor, Hannibal Mejbri. I know, right, you've got wingers in Palestri and Garnacho, but there isn't really a... In terms of central midfielders, I think it's those two youngsters.
Push Martial into midfield.
Nah, Martial.
Not Martial, sorry. Yeah.
I thought you got off the deep end.
For his work because you're knackered.
I won't be surprised if he pushes his finger later on in the. I don't know. I think starting a game in the Premier League centre half and then being pushed into midfield's asking a lot. It's just completely different energy systems and everything. I think because I was looking at it, Lindelof could push into midfield.
Yeah.
Did Martinez play that for Ajax though? Didn't he play centre?
I think it was a bit of a. I think it was over. Yeah, he did.
It's
but I think
over.
It was exaggerated.
Ten Hag said
no, but I mean he's played centre defensive midfield more than anybody else.
Nah,
that's on the bench.
He actually hasn't.
On the bench?
No, not on the bench. Lindelof has. I think Ten Hag would rather play Lindelof defensive midfield than
Ten Hag
Martinez.
sort of. He was getting asked that one in the press,
and he kept saying he's not good there.
He's like, I think he played 50 odd times for Ajax, and like 4 of them were. I think he played early on in his career there, and then he stopped.
Realised he couldn't do it.
Yeah,
he said. I
think I might be wrong. Get involved in the comments.
Ten Hag said he didn't have the energy for it.
Yeah,
like he didn't have the stamina for it, and he just weren't as good there.
Needs must though. I mean, that is worrying, isn't it?
I think
the worrying thing for me is I think like you said it, and I think the comments said Eriksen is likely to get knackered at some point, and then it's what do you do then? Like, how do you handle that? Do you bring on a Hannibal Mejbri, who's, obviously you're very young and also slightly erratic? Dango, again, very young. Does he go in? Or do you put, like you're suggesting, move Lindelof or even Martinez into midfield and bring on a Maguire or a Johnny Evans? None of those options are great, are they? If we're being honest, it's either a youngster or it's putting someone out of position. But you might have to do that because if Eriksen is knackered, you're going to have to do something because you can't afford to have a passenger in a game like this.
I'm tired of having these conversations about United week in, week out. And you said at the beginning when we have a full team, Ronaldo, is it? We have 2 decent players for every single position.
Yeah.
But how often are we sort of doing the whole square pegs in round holes? You've got Ladolo there, aren't you? Who's playing left back? We should be better equipped regardless of injuries.
I'm looking at it this way, right? That's gonna be a major main focus is Dalot versus Saka in this game, and in a way, Dalot's 1v1 defending isn't terrible, but it's not amazing sometimes. No. But it's not necessarily terrible. He's quick, he's strong. He can occasionally, he's just not consistently as good, nowhere near as good as Wan-Bissaka, but not many people are.
Yeah,
but Dalot being right-footed, playing left-back, might actually help him against Saka. Saka obviously is more dangerous when he cuts in.
Yeah.
And he likes to cut in a lot. When he cuts in, he's going to be cutting in on Dalot's stronger side, defensive, on his right foot.
Yeah, it makes sense.
So I actually feel like it could be a blessing in disguise where Dalot being like right-footed when Saka cuts in could actually help him in this game a little bit.
I love that positive spin.
I'm all for that. You know your
stuff.
It makes sense what you're saying.
When he's cutting in on Dalot's stronger side. And obviously, he still needs to be tight.
Saka hurt us last time as well, didn't he?
He always does. I feel he has good. He has good joy against Shaw as well.
Yeah.
Luke draws pally with him, but people complaining that he's just because apparently like really good boys off the pitch.
He's not going to let him score because he's his mate.
Go on, mate. I know you're having a bad day.
I'm from the world. I'm from the world where I think it's the opposite. I thought if you're playing against your mate,
you want to
smash him. Do you know what I mean? That's what I'm like.
Yeah, I'll just let you have bragging rights in the group chat.
I can tell them two like each other because they're smashing the shit out.
Yeah, that's it, isn't it? Hendricks says, I don't think this is going to be a battering, but I just can't see how we can win this game, even if it's 0-0 after 60 minutes. We just can't. Also, I mean, to be fair, I'm trying to find it out. Alex Galloway 1993 says, trust in Mejbri. Time for these good young lads to put their best foot forward against Arsenal. AJ Wonderland says, I think the option of moving Bruno back next to Casemiro and potentially Mejbri into the 10. That could be something that Erik ten Hag wants to see happen or uses. Could be. I mean, he's got players on the bench for a reason. Hit that like button. Give us a like. And if you're not subscribing to the channel, make sure you do that as well. Almost 3,000 people watching. Let's get to 500 likes before the season
definitely
starts.
Like, when I was talking about the Low thing, everyone's like, what are you on about, bro? He's getting scared.
I feel like the Low. I don't know, Scott, if you feel this or if you feel it. It's quite divided, this fan base with the Low. It's weird. Like a lot more people seem to like Wan-Bissaka recently than Dalot. I think there's seems to be quite a few fans who don't think Dalot's up to the job. I like Dalot. I think he's all right, but
I like Dalot. I mean, Wan-Bissaka was out the door before January this year. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like this time last year, everyone wanted Dalot was about October. Everyone thought Dalot was going to cement that. I just think he might make more errors, and Wan-Bissaka's sort of strengths are more evident on the pitch than Dalot's. And the thing with Dalot, though, he scores more goals than Wan-Bissaka.
Delaw's annoying because
he's got 3 career goals.
You know what's annoying about Delaw, right? Is this happens a lot when you play for United. It's just higher scrutiny, higher expectation. But if you look at him from a footballing standpoint, Delaw, he's got all the tools. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Delo's a lot quicker than you think. I think even Rashford said it. I've always thought it though when I've seen him get going. That I thought Delo might be one of the quickest on the team. And Rashford said it in the overlap thing, saying that other than him, he'd feel like Delo's like one of those ones where you don't think he's quick, but he's lightning. But he actually is when he gets going. He's technically good. He's got like a little bit to him going forward. He can strike a ball well. He's physical enough, but I don't know why it's just not always come together. I don't know whether it's because he's still a bit of an in-betweener in terms of the player he is. He's like not a winger. He's not a fullback.
Yeah.
And he's caught in between, and he's not really excelled at either one of those things. Whereas Wan-Bissaka's a defender.
He knows what he's doing.
He knows what he's doing. But Delo's frustrating because when I look at him from a quality standpoint, I feel like he's got a lot more to give than he has done. But maybe it's just the level, because I think Delo's the type of player that if he went to like a mid-table Premier League club, or he was like right wing back for Tottenham with a Conte, he'd be like, he'd do what a lot of little players do in Leeds United and just go on and play better.
Yeah.
Where the lights are less bright. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I don't know. I think
it's consistency as well. But obviously, he had his position taken off him from Wan-Bissaka. Because that must hurt the mentality. You know, you're having good form and stuff.
It does, but I think you've got to blame. You've got to almost take. You got to take the brunt of that. It's you.
Yeah.
If you're performing well enough, then you don't get your shirt taken. Do you know what I mean? That's the way I see it. So you perform better, you be consistent, you kind of home your game a little bit, then you'll keep your place. Like, competition's meant to be healthy, but I think people either like rise to it or they kind of fall. Because we've seen Martial, whenever there's a little bit of competition, he kind of dwindles a little bit, and then you've got Shaw, who for some reason every time we sign a new left back, he'll be amazing. Now that we sign Reguilon, I'm pretty sure when Luke Shaw comes back, he's going to be world class again.
We'll be back next week now, won't we?
Do you know what I mean?
But that's like you make a good point because Maguire's the opposite end of the scale, isn't he?
Yeah.
He had new centre backs coming in, and he completely fell off.
I mean, this is the thing that like you was alluding to that people forget. Just the expectation and level at Manchester United is so high. Even though you're United have been this, that, and the other. If you look at our Premier League finishes, you know, we've had a third, a second, a third again under Eric Ten Hag. We finished quite out of the Premier League, and we've seen players go to other clubs. You know, Andres Pereira is probably the best example. He played under Ole quite regularly at one point. I think he played like 35 games in his last season, or his last full season. Wasn't very good. Questioned all the time. A lot of fans were like, why is he in the team again? Goes to Fulham. You just seem reinvigorated. He's had a very good season this season so far. He had a fantastic season last season. He's obviously a quality player.
I'm going to look at your fantasy, yeah?
Oh yeah, he's not in my fantasy. I'm just having a quick check there. I'm not going to do that thing of going, at least I've got him.
But the thing is, I didn't think you proper like was into that.
No, we do for members, we do a members
quick
video.
Glance
before
we completely derail.
Yeah. No, it's alright. You can have a look at my team. I'll go through it if you want. This is my
Haaland
fantasy
captain,
team.
yeah?
Haaland captain. I don't know what I was doing here though. I've made an Arnhem my vice captain. I'm not even going to defend that. I don't know why I've done that. Lamptey, Dyer, Saliba and Diaz and me back four. Salah and Buemo, Barnes and Rashford as my midfielders, and Haaland, my captain, just because he's that cyborg, scores goals, and Ketia up front.
Yeah, you need to take Lamptey out.
But I need to make some changes, to be honest with you. But everyone's smashing it in fantasy who had Son. The ones that have got, like, some people have got Son and Ferguson and Haaland, because it's possible to do that, isn't it? Because I don't think Ferguson costs that much as well. So you can do that. And they've obviously just got ridiculous amount of points, because I think it's the first time since 1995 we've had 3 hat-tricks in the same game in the Premier League. Yeah, it was Tony Yeboah, Alan Shearer and Robbie Fowler in 1995 who did it.
Yeah, it's just more goals, shite defending.
Well, that's one way to put it. Mark Hatton, who's been a member of the Academy for 33 months, thanks for your support, Mark, says Wan-Bissaka's redemption is quite frankly astonishing. All credit has to go to Ten Hag for turning a player who looked finished into easily our best right back. Scotty, I just mentioned Andre Onana, and I've made him my vice captain in my fantasy team, which is ridiculous, if I'm being brutally honest. What have you made of him so far, and how much of a difference do you think he can make for this United team?
I've enjoyed some of his distribution. I thought he could have done better for the Forest goal, if I'm honest. When the first one went.
First one.
Yeah,
he kind of...
He didn't know whether he was going to put his arms out or not.
Yeah.
It comes with a massive reputation, obviously replacing De Gea, and like we know what play this sort of passing football out from the back. But we've conceded goals. And how much you put that down to the goalkeeper or managing the box? How much is it that the defenders are trying to get used to his sort of style of play? So that's been a massive concern. But he looks like a great character to have at the back, and something that David De Gea wasn't capable of when the people in front of him weren't performing. He'd sort of withdraw himself. I very rarely saw De Gea come out and shout at his defenders. So it's nice to see Onana being able to do that. I don't know. It's been an all right start, but I'm concerned about the amount of goals we're scoring. Whether they're down to his fault.
Conceding.
Conceding, or United as a whole is yet to be seen.
What do you reckon, Ronnie? Because I think last season, I thought De Gea at the Emirates, the faults in his game came to the front. I thought his distribution was all over the gaff. And I think it was for Arsenal's first goal, he put Wan-Bissaka under all sorts of unnecessary pressure that helped lead to...
I don't think any of the goals that we've conceded have necessarily been like Onana's fault, apart from the one where, was it Awoniyi? Where he was basically in no man's land, and then by the time that Awoniyi's almost finished it, he's like
That's
rolled
the one
it.
you're referencing.
He rolled it past him.
That's what I thought. It looked like it could have.
Yeah, it was shades of Ben Foster against City in the 4-3, where he just sort of made it easy for him.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
The only issue is that that's meant to be Onana's bread and butter, like almost being out there.
That's what I was expecting. Why
I just thought he's just going to come out.
Why are you still in your box?
Smash him or whatever. And it was weird. If you noticed that Forest game, he did it a few times in the second half as well, where he seemed in two minds whether to come out.
Yeah.
He stopped himself, like, because the crowd were a bit like, what's going on here? Because normally he'd just come out, wouldn't he? That's his thing. He'd just come running out. And I don't know whether he's had instructions from Santiago, or he was just a bit like, I need to be a bit more mindful. I'm not 100% sure what was going on. But for whatever reason, Onana sort of adjusted it slightly. Wasn't quite as confident, shall we say, coming out of the box. But we have seen what he can do. We saw it in the Spurs game. That pass for Garnacho, it was one of the passes of the season, wasn't it? It was just like a 70-yard inch perfect pass. It was ridiculous. And he's obviously a lot more commanding than David De Gea. Get involved in the chat and the comments. OMMK says, where is Amrabat? From what I gather, I don't think Amrabat qualified to play in this game. I think he had to be registered before 5 o'clock on Friday, and he wasn't. It wasn't confirmed till like 10:30 on Friday evening on deadline day. So I think he'll be eligible for. Obviously, he'll be eligible for the games after the international break.
Does he start this game? If he's fit, then
no, he wouldn't.
You don't think he would? But it's a stronger player to have on the bench, and obviously that's the sort of...
Apparently, he spent the last 2.5 weeks not training.
Really? Oh, because
he wanted to move. He's been doing like individual training, but he won't be up to speed yet. It'll be similar to the Højlund situation, apart from him not having an injury, but it'd be like, I don't know how ready he'd be to start. Right now.
But do you see him being a starter week in, week out?
I've always thought throughout the window the type of player that Amrabat was, especially when I watched him quite closely in the final, in the UEFA Conference League final against West Ham. I looked at him and thought he's a player that almost looks good enough and decent. It's not necessarily even just him individually quality-wise, it's almost in terms of what we need as a profile. He looked like someone that could actually come in and not even just be a bit part player that we need off the bench as depth, which he probably will be for the most part, but he's someone that could actually start quite a lot of games, and he could actually come in for Casemiro almost. Casemiro's been a mainstay week in, week out, game in, game out, because we've got no one else that can play that position. And Casemiro's at the back end now of his peak almost. He's still more than good of like 3-4 years ago. And especially in this new system that Ten Hag's trying to play with him, almost being like a single pivot, he hasn't got the legs for that anymore.
Yeah,
I think like he needs a little bit more protection than that, and he needs a little bit less response. That if Casemiro gets injured, as much as we wanted a striker, as much as we wanted a goalkeeper, we could not afford to go into this season with Casemiro as being the only DM, especially with his suspension record, him getting up there in age and the amount of games that we play in. Amrabat was a must-get for me, and the fact that we got him is going to prove vital. And I won't be surprised if there's quite a few games where he actually starts alongside and instead of Casemiro.
Henry C. Sorry to interrupt you, just quickly. Henry C. says, Ronnie B. looking like Stone Cold Steve Austin and spitting facts. There you go.
Right, cheers, man.
Sorry, Scott. I wanted to read that out before it passed me by.
I was trying to... What was Stone Cold Steve Austin's phrase?
Well, did he have a phrase? You're into your wrestling, aren't you?
No, I'm not into my...
He's in the beer drink.
I watched it when I was a bit younger. Yeah, he's the one that cracks the beer and sprays it. I don't know what it is.
They all have like lines, don't they? Anyway, you made the point though. But Casemiro, Eriksen as well, towards the end of his career. But isn't it funny? We've gone from everyone complaining about having McFred and we want to replace them two, but we've gone to the other end of the spectrum in terms of the age bracket that our midfielders are in. So do you see it being that if we do get Amrabat on a permanent, if he's a success, Mount to replace Eriksen and Amrabat to replace Casemiro, maybe post this season? Would that be the mainstay?
I'd say so. I think that's why there's probably a little bit of the choice for us to buy him next summer. I think we can. I think United, though, like, as much as I've said that in terms of the profile that we need, and he will be a significant help, I still think Amrabat's not the player that's like, he's the staple defensive midfielder for United for the next 5-6 years.
He's good, but he's not.
He's good,
like,
but not that good.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He's good enough to start games for us. Obviously, be like a very much a floor raiser. He's a floor raising.
Is he better than McTominay?
That's what he is. He's better than McTominay and he's better than Fred.
But he's not as good as Casemiro.
Yeah, so he's not. He's a floor raising player, which is still important because he raises the technical floor almost because he's technically better than Fred and McTominay, but he also brings what both of those players brought that the other players didn't. For example, Fred and McTominay often played because what they would bring is like a bit of an energy and a bit of a physicality, and they'd put in a shift and they'd run about. But on the technical side of it, they weren't at the level. Whereas Amrabat brings technical quality that's above McTominay and Fred, but he also brings those things as well.
Yeah.
So that's why that signing's so important, because it kind of just raises that little floor a bit, but it's not exactly a ceiling raiser, if you get me.
Yeah.
It's like
it's an improvement, but
yeah, but it's still those types of signings are important though, and that's why I was banging on the door that we needed someone like Amrabat in. But in terms of a loan's good because next season we can kind of access our options. But if you're looking around world football now, I think a defensive midfielder is becoming more and more and more important. Obviously, it's going a little bit crazy because you're seeing that Rice and you've seen Caicedo going for over 100 mil. I would never ever believe that a player that plays defensive midfield or is worth that much. I think those type of prizes are reserved for strikers, match winners, like strikers, wingers.
But it shows how important that role is now.
But it's become important because it's a staple, and especially with the way that systems are not being played now, those players are needed. Obviously, City have got Rodri, Arsenal have got Rice, Chelsea have got Caicedo and Enzo.
Liverpool got McAllister with these.
Yeah, but I think Liverpool are still looking for theirs as well because they've just lost Fabinho.
Yeah.
But if you're looking at the teams that have been quality in recent years and have always had success, they've always had that staple,
like the linchpin
defensive midfielder. We need that.
We're going to get Andy Tate coming on. So, Ronnie, if you do the comments there. Yeah. Andy, you come and sit here where I'm sitting. Let's get some thoughts on Andy Tate. Get involved in the chat in the comments if you go back to... Yeah.
Hello. Things on audio. Is my mic all right? Yeah. Okay, that might just not be me.
Afternoon?
Afternoon, Andy. You know what? I'm actually glad you're here because I wonder if you hate Arsenal as much as me.
Well, it goes back to the last 20 years, doesn't it?
Are you talking about the Van Nistelrooy situation? Is that the?
No, you can go back even further, like the late 90s with Overmars and all that, and the celebrations, losing a title. Then we duck it out with them all season, and we won it on the last day, and that's the only time Arsenal fans were cheering on Spurs. But you know what I mean? And so it goes back even, like say Arsenal in the 80s. I remember Brad McClare skying a pelter at the North Bank in the FA Cup. And it kicked off that game, didn't it? Kicked off, yeah. My dad went to that, and I was kicking off with Brian McClare. So, no offence, Brian. But like I say, when you're 14 years old, you sky a pellet at the North Bank, it upsets you, and you want to try and get through the next round of the cup. But Arsenal's always been the main rivals. So it's always been.
Nah, it's definitely one of them. There's this element to it. It's always one of the big games.
I've got respect for him. I've got sort of respect for him, but it's borderline on hatred.
Yeah, it is bordering on that. Has to. Well, we'll ask you. Obviously, they've got the graphic now of the first 11. We've got it here anyway. If you can't see it, looking at that team, Andy, how confident are you going into this game? Because Arsenal have obviously had a little bit of a. They've had 2 wins and a draw, but they've not necessarily been convincing as they have been last season, all 3. Obviously, they've been tinkering a lot with their tactics. We've got quite a few injuries. You've got Martial up top. You've got Højlund on the bench. You've got players not available. It's quite a big game. How confident are you about getting us a win after seeing that team? Is that a team you're happy with?
Yeah, I'm happy with it, but it's in this team to go the other way. I've said this. This could be. We could get rinsed. We could turn up. Bottle jobs.
Yeah.
6-pack. You know what I mean? make your choice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think United, say losing Varane for a couple of weeks and Lindelof should fitting in. And but you got Saka coming at him as well.
Yeah, Saka against Dalot's going to be an interesting one because Dalot's playing left back against him.
Yeah, he could get rinsed. But mind you, Arsenal defensive frailties were there within 3 minutes. Was it? See, Pirlo scored last week. Yeah. And it's in Arsenal to turn up, and it's in Arsenal to bottle it. So main thing is, though, we stop this away run. We have to get something today. I don't care what it is.
Yeah, it is
going into international break.
It is a massive issue. Our away record against the top 6 teams has been
top 9, my friend.
Top 9, yeah, it's been terrible actually. And our recent form at the Emirates hasn't been great either.
No.
I think we've not won there, or we might have lost 5 in a row actually.
I can't remember last time.
Yeah, last time we've won there, and that's before where
I think that was Louis van Gaal.
They've almost got the reverse record though at Old Trafford.
Yeah, I think it's sort of like say. Mind you, we've beaten Arsenal a few times at Old Trafford as well. So.
Yeah, now they've got a terrible record at Old Trafford, and we've got a terrible record at the Emirates. It used to be where we would get a result.
Yeah, I think it was Mourinho last time we won there. I think it was an FA Cup time with Jesse Lingard doing the moonwalk. So I remember that one. Yeah, we have to get something today.
It's an opportunity for United to make a statement, in my opinion. It's one of those where there's a lot of question marks after the first few games. It's been well spoken about our issues against these top teams when we do go away. I look at it and think, if United could get at least a draw, maybe a point or even a win today, it's a huge statement. And it's a type of victory that can kind of... Momentum's a
big thing.
A big thing in football. And especially with the international break next week, winning today can kind of give us a little bit of confidence, a little bit of belief where we can go and kick on after it.
Oh yeah, the PR machine. The PR machine will milk this if we can get something today. Well, they'll spin it to the max for them upstairs,
and it can easily go the other way, like you said. I mean, and it's so evenly matched the game as well, because I think Arsenal have got a lot riding on this for the rest of the season. And them likewise with the changes and tinkering of the systems. You know, it's for them to make a marker and say we're going to be fighting for a game.
Already 5 points behind City already.
Yeah, so a lot of pressure on them as well. So it's really evenly matched.
I can't even. I've been going back and forth on what to predict, because this game, obviously, everyone knows about the way I feel about Arsenal. I hate them, detest them.
Why?
I just don't like. It's the fans. It's everything around.
That's only existed since 2014.
Do you know what I mean? Listen,
since a certain guy went in front of a camera and started it all off.
Yeah, but it's been my. I think it's been more my kind of era, and I don't know whether it's one of those where it's not just that with the fans, but I think United and Arsenal in the past 10 years or so, maybe a little bit longer, have both been 2 clubs that have been almost falling giants, almost sleeping giants, almost. And it was almost a race between us and Arsenal to see who can kind of come out of that and be like
getting sent off.
Yeah,
who's going to come out of the coma first?
Who's going to come out? It's like who's going to come out of the coma first between us and Arsenal. And I think that's why I've kind of grew up on that thinking, because I've not seen as much. Obviously, I've seen success. I'm not that young, but I've seen just as much pain.
I was there when they won a title at Old Trafford, mate.
Do you know what I mean? So
Will told that I was there. That was a really bad night to take. Really bad night to take.
Nah, it's terrible, but it's one of those where it's a weekend defining. It's not weekend. It's a week defining game. This for me. I know that's the same for a lot of United fans. I'm watching this now. The way I've got Arsenal fans that are friends as well doesn't ever help. But as much as it seems like we shouldn't be favourites in this game, United have enough quality, and I think we should go into every game feeling like we can win.
Yeah.
And I think we can win today if we turn up and play the right way, and we show a little bit of conviction, because everyone's talking about the way that we've been defensively a little bit shaky as well. I think we're still passing up too many opportunities, and this is the type of game where once we get chances, we need to capitalise on it. And I don't want to come out. One thing I don't want to come away from this game doing, which I have done in too many games in the past 6 months or so, is thinking that United have left a lot out there. In games like this, I don't think any player or United as a club should come off that thing and thinking they've left a little bit out there.
We've proved to be a little bit passive, I think, in the last couple of games. I was well disappointed, even though we won the Forest game. It's like we're 2-0 down, do all that hard work, get back into 3-2, and then spend the last 15 minutes, even though we've had Forest on the back foot, which was working for us. we allow them to get back into the game at Old Trafford to possibly get back. Why is that an
I
option?
know.
Why can't we close games out?
I said this last week. Why do we retreat into a shell? We had
Exactly, do all
chances
the
to
hard
break.
work.
I mean, I said this last week. Bruno could have played Sancho in. It delayed. The pass decision making in this team is sometimes below par, really poor. And then Bruno's like, I'm sorry. 72,000 people could see that pass in the stadium, and he's the one who couldn't. So
Do you know
that's what naffs me off sometimes with this team. Go back into a shell, protect. If you're on the ascendancy, you go for a kill, and United will not go for a kill.
We used to have that killer instinct, innit? You know, like Fergie days where it feels like I've not seen this in a while as well. When's the last time that you've watched United and we blew a team away in the first 20-25 minutes?
The closest to that was it Everton last year, or was it?
Or maybe Chelsea.
Well, we didn't actually score that many goals, but we created that many sort of chances. But there seems to be in this United team a bigger fear that they don't want to get beat, rather than the confidence that they can go on and blow a team away, and that's worrying, because that's got to come from the manager. There, you've got to instill that belief. You've got back into the game. Evidently, you are better than them because you've got 3 more goals. Go out and wipe the floor with them.
Nah, no, that's the spirit. I love that story. Go out and wipe the floor with them. Rightly so.
Big mop.
Do you know what I mean? Definitely. Eric Ten Hag's been speaking to the press just ahead of the game. He gave a little bit of an update on Rasmus Højlund. He said he's had 1 week in training, and also doesn't have the game practice. He also mentioned Reguilon as well, and said about the fact that I think Reguilon's not had a sort of much training. Obviously, he's only came in. Was it
Ten Hag making sure his button's open to show he's wearing a Gucci? Is that a Gucci polo? That
is that Gucci?
Okay. I like what Ten Hag wears sometimes. I like his one for the Wolves game. Was it Little Cagoule?
He always dresses like a dad
Cagoule
at a
number.
stag do.
That's it's the ball of the lights.
Love that. Sam Sharkey says, travelling fans need to be the critical 12th man today. Sure, it was only pre-season, but they won us the Arsenal game in New Jersey. I like that one. That's what won us the game. What else was in that game was the Arsenal fans were fighting with each other. We were there for that, weren't we?
Oh yeah.
And it was funny because you saw it all kicking off in the stadium.
Do you know what's Arsenal?
It was Arsenal fighting Arsenal fans, which is
Arsenal fans are funny though, because funny in a way where, do you know how fickle they are? Like either way.
Mental.
They're just either two extremes. So like
they're either the best team in the world
or the worst.
Yeah. Like Arteta is either the best manager that's ever lived, or he needs sacking immediately.
Like literally, the past year they've had, you can't not deny that Arteta's done like a really good job in terms of getting away playing, and they've been really good, whatever. And they've kind of showed that they're rebuilding and ascending. And they've obviously started. Their expectations have gone to such a level that they've started this season with 2 wins and a draw. And you've just because they drew to Fulham last weekend, you've already seen some Arsenal fans turn on Arteta just off that one game that they didn't even lose. Do you know what I mean? Saying,
can you imagine if they get beat today?
It's clueless. If they lose today, Arteta out shirts.
But that was like that with Wenger, wasn't it? Like they loved Wenger for ages, and then when things started going wrong, they turned on him, and they turned on him massively.
It was embarrassing.
Let's not forget, the guy still won FA Cup after FA Cup after FA Cup.
Most successful manager of all time.
Yeah.
It's like us turning around if Ferguson didn't win a trophy for a while.
Yeah.
And after everything we've done, just completely dismiss it. It's embarrassing.
And it made me laugh the fact that they went after Wenger, replaced him, and then the managers that have come in and replaced him haven't achieved what he's done. He got him into the Champions League almost every season, practically every season. They finished 8th, I think, 3 times since he left. He won them the FA Cup. Even after they stopped winning league titles, they kept winning the FA Cup. I think they've won it more times than anyone else. I think they've won 1 FA Cup. Is it maybe 2 since he left? I can't remember. I think it might be just 1 under Arteta in his first season. So it's not like since they got rid of him, they've kicked on. If anything, they've struggled. Now it's different with us and Fergie. Obviously, we didn't have a choice. Fergie retired, and we've obviously struggled because, as you'd expect us to. So yeah, very weird stuff with Wenger. It was the way they turned on him which baffled me. They proper went both barrels with him. But that's just Arsenal fans for you. Get involved in the comments in the chat. We've just 12 minutes ahead of kick-off now. I've got some Eric Ten Hag quotes on Rasmus Højlund, another one as well. He said, I'm sure Højlund will make an impact off the bench. He's hungry, and that's what we like about him.
He's number 11, yeah?
Yeah.
How did I feel like he was 17? I thought that was the...
I don't know why I was questioning that one. I just looked at a picture of him. Number 11 shirt. That shows you where my head's at. I'm not going to lie, lads. The nerves are starting to kick in now.
I'm getting a little bit of that. The chest getting a little bit cold,
I was all full of, you know, confidence and
What are you nervous about though? Because we were just saying before, they're a very well matched team and they've got defensive frailties.
Yeah.
Just
I don't know how well matched.
are you more concerned that United don't turn up, or Arsenal are going to be a lot better?
My concern with this game, right, is being honest.
Both.
Yeah, both. And also, this little sort of trait we have under Ten Hag at times to crumble after a goal away from home. Not all the time, but we've seen it at Brentford, City, Liverpool, where a goal goes in and it's like panic stations.
How many are going to get?
Yeah, and I'm not saying that's always the case, because it isn't. We've been, you know, we've had away games last season where against the top 8 where we didn't win, but it wasn't like we crumbled. It was a bit closer than that. But that's my worry. I think if things start going wrong early doors, do we crumble like we have done, or do we show a bit of resolve and get back into the game? Because I agree, this Arsenal team can be beaten. This Arsenal team has frailties. We know that, but you've got to exploit them. You just don't get given a pass.
As much as,
and I know that's negative, but
as much as Mount hasn't he hasn't really hit the ground running since he's arrived. Okay. I still think a person like him would have been, or a player like him would have been important in terms of his legs. Because one thing that Mount does bring is he has brought a lot of energy and a lot of work rate, and you can tell he's tried. I feel like occasionally he's tried a bit too hard.
Yeah.
But in games like this, I think that's what would have been important, especially in them central areas. Because I still look at it now, and looking at the dynamic of Eriksen, Casemiro, there's still not a lot of legs in the central area where Arsenal are most dangerous.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I'm still thinking that's a little bit of a concern. I know we couldn't get it registered in time, but I feel like players like even a Kobe Mainu or McTominay or an Amrabat would have been kind of essential, because I think we do need to be...
just that energy in the...
Yeah, we need to be less naive. I'm worried that we go into this game a little bit tactically naive, because I have noticed a little bit of that in terms of... I don't think Ten Hag changes his tactics much depending on who he's playing. And I think that could attribute to what we see in terms of our results against the top sides. Because I think we try and play like this new style that we're trying to funnel into, of being expansive with a single pivot, the 2 10s above, trying to be like open, you've got the inverted fullbacks. And it's not working because we're almost being naive to the kind of qualities that these other top sides have. And then we're getting ripped open, and then we conceding goals.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at it thinking Ten Hag needs to come into this game and needs to be a little bit more... He doesn't really change much, but I think he should be more pragmatic. That's what Arsenal struggled against. Arsenal struggled. They've not been as creative as they were last season in the first few games. And they must be licking their lips after seeing United's first few games, thinking we might play against a team that's a little bit more open today, and we can actually get in. I think if we could hit him on a transition with the likes of Rashford, and if Højlund was playing, and a little bit of pace, especially with Bruno, we can find people like that. But my concern is the game won't be like that, because we'll still not be as defensive and as structured as we should be.
Yeah, and it still seems like it's very much a work in progress, this Ten Hag sort of blueprint that he's trying to imprint on this Manchester United team. You can see where he wants to go, but I agree with you completely there, Ronaldo. He does need to be a bit more pragmatic and maybe be a bit more defensive, pushing it out. But I don't know, I'm feeling confident now. The closer we get to it. I was just thinking back to the pre-season and just how it was almost comical, the mistakes that they made. And I know it's pre-season, but, you know...
No, they were. I think it was Gabriel, wasn't it, who got exposed by Jadon Sancho. Kobe Mainu, who obviously is not available because of injury. Goalkeeper didn't look great. Kobe Mainu got the better of Declan Rice. He just bossed the midfield, basically, didn't he, Mainu? He's only a kid, and yet he looked like the most experienced player on the pitch. So, yeah, I understand why you're feeling confident. And listen, we know what Arsenal are capable of. Yes, they can turn up and they can give anyone a game. They can also... have a nightmare and fall out with each other and
look at Arsenal's bench as well.
Mistakes. So yeah, go on, talk us through that bench.
So Arsenal's bench is Raya, Jorginho, Tomiyasu, Jesus, Kiwior, Trossard, Vieira, Nelson, Smith Rowe. They've got a lot more game-changing players than we do, which is another worry for me, because games like this, I think subs actually make a huge impact as well. And
I agree, but I think that Garnacho, someone like that, could turn Ben White inside out. I do. I'm not a massive Ben White fan, but you might like him a bit more than I do.
I think Ben White's really solid.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's like a game changer, but I think he's very, very solid. There's value in a player like Ben White with his ability to play almost as a right-sided centre-half and as a right-back.
He was a centre-half, wasn't he, when he was
Yeah.
at Leeds and Brighton? He got moved over to right-back. And he's done well. Obviously, they finished second. But I think last 15, 20 minutes, even if Palestra against Zinchenko or whatever, I think there's the opportunity there.
Them two players are a lot better coming off the bench than they are.
Yeah,
I think I don't like Garnacho starting games. Did you find anything about Sancho? Was any?
No, just conjecture, really. People suggesting all sorts of everything and questioning all sorts of everything. But
yeah, someone mentioned something about The Guardian and what they've said, but I've not been able to see that.
All right, let's have a look. See, we can. I mean,
did you think there's any truth in the rumours of Chelsea going for him, Ronaldo?
Wouldn't surprise me. Have you heard the rumour that Chelsea weren't sanctioning any signings for players under 25, over 25 this window?
Really?
Is it 1.25 billion they've spent since Bowley's?
I mean, it's crazy, isn't it? What Chelsea
and a lot of them have been like players at like 17, 18, 19, and everyone, and then the whole like thing that's come out where Chelsea weren't sanctioning signings for players over 25, which I don't know how true that is, but it seemed pretty much on brand.
I'm glad you brought Chelsea up. Can we just take a moment to recognise how hilarious it was that Anthony Elanga got the winner against Chelsea yesterday?
Anthony Elanga's gone there, and I don't think he started every game, but he's played. He's been decent.
He's been decent, and he got the winner against him. Absolutely embarrassed Mudryk as well. In the closing moments. It's just great to see, and I think it's hilarious what's going on at Chelsea. I don't feel any sympathy towards them whatsoever. They've just wasted loads of money, and I think they've got issues still to address. I think they could still go out and spend another £500 million, to be honest with you. I don't think they're the finished article by any stretch of the imagination. And there's already people questioning Pochettino.
Really?
He's been there a week or a month.
He'll get longer than the likes of Pochettino.
Yeah, you think so?
Nah, I don't know, man.
Really?
Depends if they're like Roman. Roman would have been.
Oh yeah.
So he would have already got Pochettino.
Burnley just seems like me can't help but do something all the time.
There aren't that many elite managers though out there now.
And he's probably the best of the next level.
Because if we didn't get Ten Hag, we were getting Poch.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? We don't know where else.
I'm personally not sure about. I've never been hugely sure on Poch though. In terms of when it comes to, I think he works best with clubs and teams that max out at the kind of caliber of Tottenham.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was great. He was great at Southampton as well, wasn't he? Before he went.
I just don't see it. And Chelsea are in they're in a bit of a state. The amount of players that they've bought, etc., and the quality, whatever, I think it could eventually come together. But a lot of what they banked on is the future. Because what's crazy to me is the amount of money they've spent, and then you see their starting 11.
Yeah,
that baffles me.
It's not.
I look at that starting 11 and think, wait, that's the starting 11 that's come out of over $1 billion spent.
It's not that great.
I can't get my head around it.
It's not that impressive for over $1 billion in such a short space of time. Yeah. You'd think their starting 11 is going to be pretty elite. You think it's got to be, very, very good. And just have a look at it. I don't want to make this all about Chelsea. We'll just talk about it briefly. So this was their starting 11 yesterday. Sanchez in goal, Disasi, Silva and Colwell as a back three. Gusto, Gallagher, Caicedo, Chilwell as a back four, as a midfield four. Sterling and then Fernandes just off the striker and Jackson up front. I mean, it's all right. But it's not like, you can see where all the money's gone.
There's not too many Galacticos in it.
No, it's like, there's players there like Caicedo and Fernandes, I think is a good player, and Sterling's obviously still got something left in the tank. But it's not like we go, okay, that's sorted, that.
I'm saying
that's a title challenging squad or team.
Keep an eye on Chelsea in terms of the fact that if they don't actually win anything or show any signs of pressure in the next couple of years, especially with the money they spent, I feel like they could be in serious trouble.
Get your predictions in. United are in that green and white number today, aren't we?
Yeah.
Which always, people say it looks like Newcastle. Always reminds me of West Brom for some reason. Let us know what you think about that. Amir Taj says, I think it will be a draw at best. I think Eriksen will have a better game than we expect. Rashford to score. Back four needs to be highly alert. Whenever I see United versus Arsenal and players coming out tunnel, I'm just reminded of that Robin Van Persie guard of honour. That's all I think about. It's just, that is poetic, that. It really is. Although if someone had told me that's the last time United are going to win a league, for 10 years, and I think, no, come on, surely not. But this is what we're up against now. So Arsenal versus Manchester United. This is the watch along. Make sure you are hitting that like button. We've almost got 500 likes. Let's get to 500 likes before kickoff. If we get 500 likes before kickoff, we'll win. That is factual. Jace Parker says, I reckon we'll batter them 3-0. I hope so. Sam Sharkey's gone for a conservative prediction. He's gone 8-2 to United. Hey.
It's happened before.
You're too young to remember the 8-2.
I remember it.
Yeah. Was you a kid?
Right. I think my memory of United properly starts from around 2007.
Oh, you lucky git. Eh? Well, not lucky actually, because you've had 10 years.
Because
of
I fully remember 2008 season.
Yeah.
And Ronaldo, his 40 plus goals. I remember the Champions League final.
Yeah.
Etc. I remember all of that. So it was, I reckon, around 2007. And I was only 9 or 10.
I can't remember games for different reasons.
Yeah, me and him can't. We were at a lot of them games. We can't remember any of them. Didn't find out we won the Champions League till about a month afterwards. Well, I was the same in '99. Went to a lot of them games and can't remember any of them. But yeah, it's been spoiled. I feel like for man your age, we've been spoiled because we had the entire 13 Premier League titles. We got to see.
Yeah.
Got to see the.
Well, that's even worse, I think, than what Ronaldo's had.
I feel for
because at least he's been used to being shit for a while. We've had all them riches and then like had it taken away from him.
I think he's worse because his first season we won the Champions League. You think, wow, this is, you know what I mean? And then you see lose 2 finals and then just fizzle.
Downhill.
Because I think it was the season before the 2008 one. Yeah. So 2007 onwards.
All right, okay. Because even 2007 was good because we got this title back, didn't we?
Yeah, and then, who was it now? I feel like the whole thing of me being used to United being just like bad in terms of being the kind of glory that they used to have. I think Thingy struggles with that the most, you know.
Yeah.
Steve.
Why?
I think Steve's mentality is he's still got like a switch or in his head. Obviously, being around him a lot, where in his head he still feels like United are as good and as big as he was. Like he can't. I don't think he could step out of that. Do you know what I mean?
He needs to let go a bit, Steve. That's why I mean him on the brew, just constantly talking about.
He's proper like Steve. Steve's not he's not let go of.
Kind of with him a bit there because I bite it out. Whenever I'm with him, we just end up talking about the 90s. Not just on camera.
He's still the good old days.
He still sees United as like the in the way of like the force that we were in the Fergie.
And I don't think working with Rio Ferdinand helps him as well, because I think that just encourages it, to be honest with you, because every time he's talking to Rio about United, and when Rio was there, obviously we were winning everything then. Yeah. So Andy Taylor's the referee.
10 years on, I don't think he's adjusted to like the straw, which is, I don't think it's a bad thing, but you know what I mean?
Can we get a little bit of volume, please, my friend? The game is about to kick off.
Jesus.
I know,
He's going for it, man.
About to say
what score are you going for?
I was about to say something really wild then.
Right, well, don't. Whatever the really wild thing you were going to say. Instead, just give us a score prediction.
I'm too scared to give one for this game, sorry.
We'll give one anyway. You're not getting out of it. I'm too scared to give one for this game. Just give us a score prediction.
I'm going to go... I'm going 2-2, you know.
Right, okay. Do you know what the sad thing is? I'd probably take that.
I'll take that, 100%.
Scotty, give us your score prediction, bro.
I think it's going to be really high scoring, so I'm going to go positive 4-3 United.
Love that.
Humble.
I'll have that. Right. I don't know if my nerves will, but we'll have it. I'll go 2-1 United. Just anything, man. Just show up. Just turn up. That's what I want from them. Do you know what I mean? Like we've all mentioned, Arsenal do have frailties. Just need to exploit them. And also, I know we're missing Mount and Amrabat's not starting or not available yet, and Højlund's not 100% fit, but we've still got some mint players there that are available and are starting. It's not like this is a complete reserve team.
No, but that midfield last season won us a lot of important games.
Exactly,
you know
bro.
I mean? That is probably our strongest.
It's like,
in already.
This isn't a good start at all.
There we go.
Well done, Delo. Got rid of that one.
It's a bit of a loose pass from Casemiro. Can't afford that.
Like you were saying, Scotty, his ceiling's probably higher than anyone I've seen in recent years, and when he doesn't turn up,
it's because he does so much for United that when he's not there, it's just a massive hole.
It is. It's the disparity between his good and bad games.
I'm also seeing
shocking, really.
Fucking hell, the front three of Martial, Rashford, and Antony is not the greatest like pressing.
No,
front three, is it?
What do you make of Antony, Ronnie? Because he's another one who divides opinion. I know I keep saying this about players, but we do have a few players that are like that. Antony seems to be one. I mean, his numbers aren't great if you just want to look at it numbers wise, but if you actually watch him, there's a lot to like about him. Gets stuck in, keeps going, but then he can be a little bit frustrating. So where do you stand on him?
I just think Antony's not it.
Right, okay.
I think I've seen enough, to be honest.
Yeah, he's had a full season, hasn't he? Where he played pretty much every game he was available under Ten Hag last season. Once we signed him, obviously. Scotty, your thoughts on Antony?
I wanted him to be better than he is, to be honest. And
Very reasonable.
And that's not down to the sort of price tag. I just think players in that position need to be offering a hell of a lot more than he can with that 1 foot.
Yeah.
And I know he's got that whole cut in on his left and then bend it in, which is great for the 4 times that it happens, you know. I think he's a very industrial player. He works hard. He looks like he works hard.
Nah, he does. He grabs.
He gets to about the 18-yard box. If that shot isn't on, it's very rare he's cutting on the outside.
Oh, jeez.
It's very rare he's cutting on the outside and then crossing it in. He had very little imagination for a winger.
No, I agree with both of what you said. I don't know if I'm quite there. He's not it. I do think he's got to do something more this season because otherwise he's done. Yeah, because last season he started off really well. I think he got 3 goals in his first 5 games, whatever it was. And then he went in the Premier League. I know he scored against Barcelona in the Europa League and stuff like that. But in the Premier League, I think he went 5 months without a goal or an assist. Between was it like October and April, whatever it was. I can't remember the exact dates. October and February, whatever. And you can't do that at United. Like, you can't be an attacker who's playing every week and doesn't do anything in terms. I know it's not just about goals and assists, but it's a big part of your game when you're an attacker.
Well, it's the main part of the game.
Yeah.
A lot of people who defend him saying, "Oh, it helps to keep the shape." You know,
yeah.
It's like we're not making a cake, are we? We're just playing football.
that feels like you're making excuses there, doesn't it?
You know,
this is worrying.
There's been a lot of this, man. Fucking passing at the back.
But as long as we get somewhere with it, Ronaldo, we're all right.
There we go. Come on. Straight off the training ground, that move.
Don't keep it simple. Play what you see.
Here we go.
Here we go. Talking about it now. He's about to silence the critics.
By doing fuck.
By winning a throw-in.
Almost
winning.
Didn't even do that.
Almost winning a throw-in.
Can't get out of there. Can't get out of there.
Put him under, that's it.
Yeah, there we go. Go win that.
Started lively, both teams.
I don't know if it got Anthony was kind of 2v1 there though. Because he was trying to like literally run through an impossible gap.
He did that against that happened to him a couple of times against Forest where he was on his own a bit.
That was probably one of his best games.
You've seen what happens there though. Their centre halves, their wide centre halves, kind of get isolated 1v1 when.
What's this guy doing now? What's this guy doing?
Hey,
It's like taking the ball for a stroll.
It was actually like the whistle had gone when it hadn't.
Heart and mouth stuff.
Yeah,
there.
he literally just walked past. Is it Nketiah there?
There was no
like he just literally walked past him like it didn't count.
Anana is 100% getting caught out once by that.
That was crazy. The way he did that. He couldn't have looked less arsed if he tried. He just walked past him. It's both a blessing and a curse, that, isn't it? That attitude, because you want a goalkeeper that's mega confident, and has a swagger, and belongs.
Couple of loose passes from Casemiro so far.
I won't start with that.
I looked Barthez for that though. I know he wasn't the greatest to keeper, but
do you know what?
The football's not going to be entertaining. At least the goalkeeper looking like he's taking a dog for a walk.
I understand what you mean about Barthez, but one game I didn't like him in was this game. Do you remember him against Arsenal? Oh my God!
Mate,
do you remember when he gave it to Thierry Henry and fell over?
Yeah.
Or when he came running out of his box and just went past everyone without the ball.
Yeah.
It's like, where are you going?
Where's our players?
Mate. It's alright. Just, oh God.
Every time I touches the one.
Onana's already giving me, I like the guy, but he's already making me nervous.
We should have some friendly bet. How far do you reckon Onana will get up the pitch this season?
Mark
it with a pin.
Yeah, I think he'll go all the way one. Look at him.
Give me that.
This guy.
Yeah, I want to get involved.
The only way it works is he becomes like an extra centre half. So then, if you don't,
mate, love it. Although that pass was terrible.
That pass was just to no one. No.
Oh no.
I don't think a run was made, which didn't help. But at least play it where we can challenge for it.
Yeah. Hit that like button. We've already seen Onana sort of playing as a sweeper. Arsenal have had a corner. Other than that, not much happening so far.
See, Martial can't press. He doesn't press with any urgency, but he also doesn't if you press like that, at least funnel him one way.
Yeah.
Keep him this way, He lets him go back across.
You mean
Walt? Yeah, see the way Anthony pressed there? That's how you do it.
Yeah, we could be in here. Go on, keep going.
That's nothing wrong with that, bro. It's got to be stronger. Yeah.
Go on, get into that. City rejects, as they say.
Okay, I'll follow him all the way in.
Arsenal just trying to
See it
find a
out.
bit of joy down the left-hand side. I think that's going to be a goal kick.
Good covering round though. From
What do you make of
Casemiro.
Martinelli? He's a funny one, isn't
I think he's a decent player.
he? Yeah. He was at United, wasn't he, on trial for a bit?
He's sharp. Even him though, like, they started turning him after a couple of games.
Bro, I seen that last season where they were raving about him. And
Then
how
he
mean
said
was. And then it
Trossard
was,
should play instead.
Trossard, I was like, hang on a minute. Last week, Martinelli was the second coming of bloody, I don't know, Ian Wright. And now it's like, get rid of him. Or not get rid of him, drop him. It is mad.
Wish Martial had a dog in him, innit? But he just don't have that dog.
Do you think injuries are affecting him as well? Do you think he's getting a little bit more? Because Joe always makes the point that he thinks Martial's lost a bit of something with all these injuries. He thinks it's actually had an effect.
Nah, 100%. Because it's been muscle injury. It
must get.
And
after a
it doesn't
while.
help that the fact is he's not really like the mentally the strongest kind of player you've ever seen. Do you know what I mean? So
That's the thing. I mean, I don't know about you two, but if you got all them injuries and then you do get a starting position like this, and so many times last season when it came back into play when Rashford was out for a bit, then he doesn't seem to have the sort of mental capacities that take this opportunity. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I think that's the point. Whenever Joe brings it up, he's trying to make that. I understand what you're saying. I think he thinks it's undermined his confidence or something, or he's not, or even not a little
another
bit of
loose
pace off
pass.
him.
Another loose pass that from Casemiro.
Casemiro's having one already.
Yeah.
Isn't he? He needs to sort that out. I'm just hoping he's taking a while to get into the game rather than he's not turning up. Well done there, Anthony.
good
That's
tackle.
it. Well done. That's better.
Play what you see.
Well played.
Nice.
Yeah, we've had a lot of possession here. Like,
Hit that like button.
fun-
Let's get to 1,000 likes. Sorry if I'm a bit behind.
A lot of players there are just not really funneling. Can't really get into the final third.
People in
much.
the, I think we've got a few Arsenal fans in the chat here.
Of course we do.
So win Arsenal. Bore off. Boyo says, absolutely love Onana. Look at that away record against the top 9 teams last season. Man
Who
United.
did we draw against?
Spurs.
Oh yeah,
But we were 2-0 up with
That's damn.
15 minutes to go, in case anyone
that was
thinks...
an out the box last, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Hey, in case anyone thinks that result against Spurs was alright, it was the worst way to draw against them.
Yeah, we were 2-0 up and flying in it as well.
Yeah, and just to set the record straight, we've already lost them this season. There you go.
Away from home. And that's probably the easiest one out of all of them. Because
that's the one you expect to win.
Our White Hart Lane record's meant to be.
Yeah.
Well, it's not White Hart Lane anymore, but that's just how I see
Is it the
Tottenham.
Tottenham Hotspur Stadium?
Yeah.
or
They look
something
good them
equal?
though, to be fair.
Postecoglou's doing a good job, innit? Madison's flying
not
as well.
not missing Harry Kane so far.
No. Thing is, like, one of the lads in the group chat was like that yesterday. He's like, I can see Spurs finishing second. And I was like, have you ever watched Spurs? Like, come on. Like, if ever a team is not going to maintain what they're doing at the start of the season, it is Spurs. And I don't think that changes just because they've got a new manager.
Yeah.
Oh, no, he's never getting there, Bruno.
Right then. My show,
That's
man.
the thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, where's
Spent too much
Talking
time
about.
moaning about it.
and then
That's too
half-assed.
easy.
Look, it's just
Too easy, that, man. Good. See the way Bruno's pressing, where he's like funneling one way. Martial just jogs square. It's almost like he might as well not press.
he does just enough to
Yeah.
get paid. That man.
Good tracking back.
Good
Great tackle there,
Great
Bruno
tackle,
Fernandes.
Bruno.
Man on.
Like, come on, let's hit him on the attack.
Yo, Martial gonna wake up or what? Fucking hell.
Hoyland be on before half time.
Shit. Yo,
You know.
that was my guy as well, you know. Martial FC.
Yeah.
Ten Hag's fuming about Sutton.
Giving Ericsson some instructions there. And in the end, Ericsson was arguing with him for a second, then he just sort of accepted what he was saying and gave him a thumbs up. Well done,
Well
Andy, there. 'Cause that
played.
wasn't the best ball, but he's made it work.
I think that was an I trust you pass.
Go on,
cer-
lad. You can deal with this.
There's certain players you feel like candidate, but
Yeah.
sometimes.
You saw that when people were passing to Maguire last year.
No. Did you see like
Or back
see
passes
the
to De Gea.
compilation where like of people where United players started like obviously avoiding passing him the ball in certain obvious situations.
Who, Maguire?
Maguire,
Oh,
yeah.
mate.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know he's still here. I don't want to keep going on about him because I'm fed up of chatting about him, but
Yeah.
it just feels like with maybe his teammates, the fans, everyone's just sort of feeling like, oh, man. Keep going.
You got tackled.
Space there, and is it Odegaard in the middle? Odegaard there.
Well,
Oh, he just headed it straight to him.
What the fuck was that
Mate.
clearance?
was that Delo?
What the fuck was that clearance?
So who was it who headed it to Martinelli then?
Delo came off Saka's shoulder there.
Arsenal there, nearly getting a goal. Still looking at this here now. Oh no, I think he got deflected off Martial.
Yeah. Oh, good tackle.
Yeah, so Delo headed it off Martial's
Wait,
hand.
the thing is, you
That's
got
an awful finish, by the way, by Martinelli. He gets away with that one.
Martial being
Misses
there.
it.
Martial being there was confused anyway.
Yeah.
Why he's all the way back there? But like, he didn't need to be almost. It's almost like, you know, when there's just nothing's going wrong, because there's nothing wrong with him running back, showing a bit of work rate and that. But and it's just like you're just in the way of any clearance for no reason.
Bro, it's one of them, innit?
Yeah.
Oh, come on, United, man. Let's get it out.
Yeah. Do you see that graphic that came up that United have had like 79 passes so far and none have been in the final third?
Really?
It feels like we've not gone in the final third at all.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? We had that little break, but we don't think we did completed any passes there. Arsenal just passing it around here on the right hand side, trying to work it open.
Don't switch off. Just got to wait where you can pounce, get tight.
Oh, we've got to do better than that with that clearance there.
On the bounce. Why has he got so much time? Should have been on him when the ball's bouncing.
There's two of you there.
I'm so confused. The ball's bounced like 3 times then, you know. I know no one's got close to him.
Martinelli then.
Seems to be a bit
And Anthony came back and helped out.
coming from the
made
big
life
pressure.
hard for
That's
ourselves.
way too passive. One bounce maybe. The ball's bouncing. You should be on his arse straight away.
Shocking.
He's been able to like watch it, come down, get tight. He just stood 10 yards off him. That's a lot of the reason why Wan-Bissaka has to make challenges that he makes.
Onana sort of deals with it.
That was too much.
Yeah, there's too much on it.
It's not on, and it's just the wrong player for that.
I don't even know
Ericsson through ball on the
Sending
counter.
Ericsson down the wing. Yeah.
Go on, son.
Go on, son.
Show him your pace.
Can you imagine turning? I was like, you fucking prick. What are you doing?
Leave it there.
You gotta know though. You gotta know you can't play that past him. Got Anthony in midfield now for whatever reason.
Well done, Diogo Dalot. Go on, son. Make a run. That's it.
Wide.
What the fuck,
Dalot.
Left foot, wasn't it?
Fucking shite, man. That's shite though.
Could have been on there. And
That's the
pass to
opportunity
Bruno.
that we're looking for, them transitions.
like you say,
it's good,
he's
it's
left
good play
foot,
initially,
so-
but at the end, it's sloppy. Zinchenko's just playing everywhere, basically. That's the touch map of a left back, by the way. That's how much football's changed.
Mental, that, innit? Well done. That's better. He's all right in the first half, Zinchenko. He falls off a cliff a lot of the time in the second half.
Nah, it's when he's playing, when they're dictating possession and that, and they're getting on the ball. He's so dangerous because he's quality. He is quality on the ball.
Just
And he's very
sometimes,
and he's very he's very intelligent. But you gotta keep him honest. You got him make him defend the other way.
Yeah. Like we saw at the end of last season, didn't we? Where it made me laugh with that huddle that he called when they were playing against Southampton. He called a huddle and then was at fault for Southampton's third goal. Oh my God. Zinchenko. He was 2-0 down and he called a huddle. Started telling everyone what they needed to be doing.
Oh, that was him,
wasn't it?
last
And then
year?
7 minutes later, left his man on the far post and Southampton got a third.
Is that when he cried?
Yeah. I was like, really? I'm like, bro, what are you doing? Martinelli again, down this left-hand side. And he's always helping out, though, to be fair. One thing he does.
I've noticed that must have been something that Ten Hag's notified because on both sides we've had the winger double up. But I've seen Rashford run back to help the low. Seen Anthony doing the same to Wan-Bissaka. It's not leaving him. See, soon as Saka gets it, you got Rashford coming back, double up.
Well,
So that's obviously something that they've spoken about.
He said in the press conference, didn't he? I think it was before the Forest game.
Great block by Martinez. Martinez a good start, by the way.
Mate, we can't
Fucking hell.
honestly put 2 passes together or 2 headers. Just going straight back to Arsenal, and again with Martinelli on their left-hand side.
Look at him. Wan-Bissaka's like, yeah.
Well done, Diogo Dalot.
Yeah, before the Forest game, Ten Hag was saying that because a lot of the criticism was coming after the Spurs game for the centre midfield, and he said it's not that, it's the defenders and the attackers aren't listening to that, weren't paying attention to his instructions.
I'd hate to ask Ten Hag
Wan-Bissaka
a tactically critical question, because you always end up getting it thrown back in your face, don't you? Whenever someone asks him like, "Oh, the midfielders don't do this or whatever."
What if you could? What would you ask him?
Wan-Bissaka needs to get tighter though, by the way, to Martinelli. He's giving him way too much space.
I'm not sure. It's a good question, really. I suppose I don't know. Depends what game we were going into, anything like that. I mean, one of my biggest sort of queries is how long he thinks it's going to take for us to winning titles and stuff like that. But I don't know if he can answer that. Do you know what I mean? He's not going to say, "Oh, we're going to win it next year," because then if we don't, people are going to throw that up against him. But
I imagine you get a sort of beige. We'll take it on a game by game sort of basis.
It's not. I don't think he's going to nail his colours to the mast.
I'd love him to be a bit more sort of vocal about what he sees the future of United's football to be played at, like what sort of style he's looking for. Because I want to get your take on this actually, Ronnie. If you look at like obviously Pep Guardiola's style is quite evident. Klopp's with that so-called rock and roll football. What do you see Ten Hag's trying to build the style of football? What is it?
I think you're starting to build. It's not anything like unseen. It's pretty much a lot of what's just a basically obvious philosophy and style of play. We've seen it. It's obvious with like the inverted fullbacks, with him wanting to play with 2 10s, us trying to control games a little bit more, because that's not the team we've been for the last 5 years.
Yeah,
it's been more.
It's all counter-attacking football, isn't it?
Well, I think we're trying to go away from being, because you cannot win anything significant being a counter-attacking team.
No. The thing is with counter-attacking football, it flatters to deceive, and that's why Solskjaer got such a long rope, because we were winning a lot of games with counter-attacking. It was looking like we were playing good football, because you get them little moments within a game. But everything, the games in the Ten Hag, whilst obviously it's been more successful, well on a par with. Mourinho won 2 cups, didn't he?
Yeah.
So he's won 1. A lot of it's bit parts of play. There's never been a massive performance for over 90 minutes.
No, a lot of the games, like you say, even the good games where we've done well, we've had to come back for a lot of them. Do you know what I mean?
There's always every game, even when we've won, there seems to be a fight in it. We've never gone out and come
That's a foul in it, surely.
Fullbacks have been shaky today, though.
I do think he caught him.
He got caught, but he got caught, but it was a dodgy ass touch. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Obviously, dodgy touch from Saka, but like the way he's controlled it now, it's like not great. Do you see this?
Yeah, well, yeah.
It's not.
He's not, but it's a foul, 100%. If you look, I'm sure he catches it there.
Yeah, it's like he scratches his.
United need to get into this game. We're not in it at all, really.
It's just been a lot of passive passing. And
I think Onana's been the only one who's has had more the ball than anyone.
Where's he going?
That's a bad pass. That
has got to be like
fucking hell.
It's a pass that's got to work as well, because it's your centre half. That's just like vacate the space.
Keep going.
Keep going. Play at the whistle.
Hold it. Lucky someone's there.
That's Marcus talks about that.
No, I don't think so. I feel like Rashford's not
genuinely. There you go. Bang on cue. Go on, skinny Marcus. Keep going.
I actually don't mind that. I want Rashford to do that, because I feel like we've not had anyone like kind of just.
Fuck him. Forget him. If it's not a foul, just keep going.
Saka spends so much time on the floor, by the way.
It's not a head injury.
He spends so much time on the floor. He does get clattered occasionally, but he's a proper like milker. He milks it to fuck. You know why he milks it? Because the amount of times that I see him on the floor rolling around like that, he's never actually ever injured or hurt. Look.
Like,
do you know what I mean?
What? So what is it? Arteta can fuck off as well, going mental on the touchline.
See, he's fine. He's always fine. He just. Do you know what amount of times to watch him, and he just gets like, as soon as he gets touched.
Look, they do this all the time though. On the 21st minute, or whatever it is, they always have these injuries for the water break.
Fucking loves it, Saka. He loves the grass. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, we've read that one out. Suvik Bacharia says Arteta is so cringeworthy. Yeah, he's a bit in it. To be honest with you, I've never seen an opposition manager that I really like. Anyway, they're all a bit cringe.
Wan-Bissaka's having a fucking stinker, mate.
Seriously, what is he doing?
Wow. Right, half the first half gone. I feel like we've not even shown any like threat. No, really.
I don't think we've
not had a shot.
No.
I'm not even talking about just the shot. I'm just talking about even like getting into their final third.
Did you see that the other day? What's he booking him for?
He's not booking anyone. I think Nketiah has been inside the box.
All right. What was he doing there? Why is he moaning about it? Did you see against Forest where someone hits the ball on the pitch? There's 2 balls on the pitch and he kicked one off and got booked for it.
You went on it?
Yeah. He went to take his goal kick. One of the ball boys had thrown another ball on. So there's 2 balls, right? So he went over to one of them, kicked him off. And the referee booked him for time wasting. I was just like, are you for fucking real? He was going mad.
No.
It's a fucking good job Onana can play with his feet, I'm telling you.
No, it's a bit tense though. It feels like we're playing with fire a little bit.
I say that and he just fucking gives it away. Mind you, we've got it back now.
Second balls.
Yellow card here, Anthony.
Fuck off, Gabriel.
I despise Gabriel, bro. He's an absolute bozo.
He is, isn't he?
Yeah, proper bozo. Like, he's got Tyrone Mings in him. He's like overly aggressive. He's like technically rash.
Yeah. He's not that good either.
Everything about him just overcompensated.
Like, I think Saliba's quality, I do. I know.
Yeah, Saliba's a baller, man.
Yeah. I don't think Gabriel's that good at all. I don't. I think he's alright.
No,
I don't think he's that amazing.
Good knock, that. Still not getting into their final third.
If we lose,
I think eventually. I know. I want to say obviously we want to keep possession and that, but I think we need to take a bit more chances with our forward passing though, and not without it being the hopeful hoofs that we've been doing.
Yeah.
Anthony's actually got quite a lot of the ball on the right side. I think he's barely not, but I thought that was going to happen with the way that Zinchenko plays.
Yeah.
Man United touch map there.
Just all in our half.
Shit.
Basically. You've got to get that right. If you're going to do that, Aaron.
Wan-Bissaka's playing against us, man.
I know, man. That was so stupid. Here we go.
Fine. Hey, Rashford.
That's the ball, like, you know. Go on, Marcus.
That's what we need.
Yeah! Rashford! Get in! Get it! Rashford! Yeah!
That's what we needed!
Yes! Go on, Marcus! That one ball, bro. Oh. Wrecking the gaff. Yes!
You know what I mean?
Ronnie's smashing the gaff up. Yeah. Get in! That's what you need. Bro, he's barely touched the ball, Marcus Rashford. He's had nothing. And then he had one touch there. Goes past his man. Great finish in off the post. Aaron Ramsdale had no chance. And I've missed that. I've missed that little celebration. We've not seen it this season. Brilliant.
Different chair. Broke the chair.
Yeah, there's one in there, I think, bro. If you want to go in there.
Broke the chair, bro.
It's alright. You're allowed to. Ericsson won it with that ball there. Marcus here. He's got 2 defenders in front of him. 3. Oh, he doesn't even go past anyone. It's like he uses the defender to sort of guide it round him. Oh, that's class.
What a goal.
That is class,
That's
bro.
a great goal.
Great.
For someone
finish.
that's not touched the ball for the best part of 25 minutes to go and do that, that will kick them
He
like...
gets a touch to it as well, Aaron Ramsdale gets his hand on it, but...
That's going to hurt them, though, because they've been so much on the front foot.
Yeah, he gets a touch on it. Do you know what, though? That's why I love Marcus on the left as well.
Yeah.
I think he's much better on the left-hand side.
And this is what Ten Hag's been asking for, isn't it? If we're going to play such pragmatic football as we played, not even pragmatic, we've just been all defensive, haven't we, pretty much for the first 25 minutes. We need to be clinical in them positions, and that sure was that. Get in.
I think...
Full whistle now.
Yeah, blow your whistle, ref, right? We're done now. Come on.
Right, let's try and move all objects from Ronaldo so don't break next.
Fucking.
Oh, fuck off. They've equalised. Odegaard. Straight away. Fucking hell. We had that lead for 1 minute.
Do you know how bobbins that is?
That's so thick.
It was always coming down Wan-Bissaka's side, though.
It's the same thing last season, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Wasn't it last season where Marcus scored and then they equalised not long after?
We were more in that game, though.
That says a lot about us, that.
Yeah, it does. It's embarrassing.
You're saying calm down after we've already conceded, mate.
It's no good to us
No
now,
good
is
now.
it?
It's no good falling asleep straight away.
Look at all the space he's got.
marking-
Ericsson, man, you know where
Who's
near him.
marking him there?
Can't leave Odegaard like that, man.
That's
Fucking hell.
too easy, that.
And Onana's got zero chance with that.
You know, Wan-Bissaka's not got tight to someone. He hasn't got tight to anyone all fucking game, man.
Mate, I'd be pissed if I was Marcus, man. Just scored that and then a minute later to be equalised as well.
You know, man.
Odegaard, of all the people to leave with that much space as well. What was that? 45 seconds after the restart, they've scored.
That's fucking shit.
That is so shit, that.
He's sleeping.
That's worse. That
Emirates
feels
away.
worse than the 0-0, obviously.
Emirates
because
away.
Oh,
sucker
yeah,
punch
Do you know
like
what I
that.
mean?
Where's the game management?
And now the Emirates will be buzzing when they would have been. If you just hold on to that lead, that crowd will turn on you quicker than anything.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Their heads would have dropped as well.
Yeah.
But
Just needed to try, like, see out till half time, whatever.
Yeah, fuck me. Now
Now-
they're going
now
out.
fucking collapsing.
Jesus Christ. Get over to him.
Now they've got their tails up after the goal.
Yeah. Now got to ride another
Of all the
wave.
ways to concede, man, leaving Martin Odegaard all on his own. It's fucking dumb. Loads of people in the comments just I didn't even get a chance to read comments about the goal before they've equalised. When I've gone onto the comments, it's just everyone talking about the equaliser. So yeah, it is infuriating. Hit that like button. You might not like the fact that we've conceded an equaliser, but hit the like button, like the video, get involved in the comments in the chat. I will try and get us through some of them. Cuths Elias says Onana ain't at fault. CJ said gutted for Rashford. Someone saying Dwayne Scott says Onana not good enough. It's not his fault, that.
That was nowhere near his fault.
You ain't saving that.
He's probably been our best player.
I know. He certainly had the most touches, hasn't he? It's annoying because Ericsson did really well for our goal. Brought it out, didn't he?
Yeah.
Picks a perfect pass for Marcus. And then if anyone should have been picking up Odegaard, it was him.
I think he just ran too far back in.
Yeah.
But
Too deep in that.
But there needs to be composure across the whole 11 of them.
Yeah, that's true.
it's mad how easy how they just got in there and down that side.
I know.
That's where all their plays come from.
Go on, Anthony.
Just get fouled anyway. That's all Gabriel does. Clatters into people.
Come on now, United. Showing you one thing though, you need one chance or a half chance against
it
them.
looks almost like a game plan. If you look how many touches we've had in our box.
It did,
Said
didn't it?
Marcus over on the counter.
Do you know what I mean?
What a pass.
Go on, run
Yeah,
at him
go
again,
again.
son.
Go on.
Go on.
What?
You took it away from him.
Hey, listen.
Bruno took it away from someone.
Took away from Wan-Bissaka, who was not scoring anyway.
That's a
So
good
don't
point.
worry, people.
I couldn't even see who he took it away from, to be honest with you.
And he started running
He's-
faster when he
yeah.
saw Wan-Bissaka was going to shoot.
Yeah,
I'll have that. Fine,
He's
fine.
he's coming onto Wan-Bissaka's left for him to absolutely do fuck all. So don't worry. Look,
I'll have it.
This might have been going in a corner, by the way. That might have been going in
I
the
think
corner.
that was, you know.
Yeah. Gary Neville copying me. Nah, he just saw the same shit I saw.
Surprised Gary Neville's not just praising Arsenal.
Oh, let me show everyone how impartial I am.
I know, by praising whoever United are playing against. That's his usual MO, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't think we're scoring from a corner, though, to be honest.
No. Marcus, don't do that,
Didn't
man.
need to do
Don't
that.
do that.
I feel like after the Forest game, we need to stop putting Martial, like...
On the pitch.
No, putting not Martial, putting Rashford back on corners. Because he's got the pace and that, but he looks like he hasn't got like the defensive awareness. He takes the same chances that he'd take in a final third when he's like last man.
So annoying. So annoying! Get involved in the comments. Let us know what you think about the game so far. People just pointing out the facts of how quickly Arsenal got back into it. Unacceptable. Just got to show a bit more composure.
Good pass.
Go on. Oh, he's never getting to that. Some people giving Onana criticism, some people criticising Martial. I like Onana, man. I don't get that one. Gary Oakey saying Onana is the right prefer David. No, don't agree with that at all.
It's tight here, can't get out.
Go on, keep going, keep going. Well done there. Right. Who's on for him? Come on. Go myself.
I love this.
Go on.
It's nice drawing him out. It's almost like, you know, when he's here, it's like it's like three centre halves. It's almost like an extra man in the build up.
Yeah.
I don't know if we can actually utilise that properly.
It must be such a fucking culture shock having him there from De Gea. Do you know what I mean? If you're a defender.
Go
Well, it's like the strikers as well, because there's not that many people who do it in the league. That's
No. It's like,
no one's helping him, to be fair.
just get them, got their tails up that equaliser, man. It's fucking annoying.
They were probing and that before it. I think we had just a bit more ball possession, but they looked like a little bit more dangerous than we did. And then we kind of sucker punched them a little bit. And then I feel like we should have just tried.
Needed to, like, if we'd held on for another couple of minutes, I think things would have started going a bit wrong. Like the crowd's getting antsy, the players are getting annoyed. But it was just too quick, that equaliser, man. It's like, it feels like they've got ahead now. Excuse me. Maya Amateur says Martial is useless. Titanic Short says Onana became Onana. Brambino says Gabriel is so whack. Dylan says Højlund on for Martial. I won't be surprised if that change happens, just not in the 36th minute.
I don't think that even happens at half time.
No, I don't. I think it happens in 70th minute, something like that.
The thing is, he's fast, man, as well. Or Højlund, you know, the same sort of break as we've got with Rashford. I think this is what it's going to do. Football's going to be like this for the next 60 minutes now.
I think players that have played decent to start this has been, I think it's been Martinez. Martinez and Eriksen.
Go on, Anthony.
This is where you get at Zinchenko. It's so obvious. It's great defending, though, but by Saliba, but it's obvious. Urgency, don't get the ball in.
I know, man. Come on.
There we go.
Oh, well played.
Andy's not been bad. I said that.
You jinxed him.
I said Andy's not being bad, and then I
He
was
just
like,
completely
Nah,
falls
could-
over and misses.
He's just got past 2 defenders. Like fucking
Oh, you're in trouble there, bro.
Oh, no.
It's not a red there, because Martinez is right next to him.
obviously not a red. It's a good foul, that Lindelof. Good foul.
Yeah. Seeing that muppet behind him going, ref, it's a red. All right, okay, yeah, sound. Let me just change my mind now.
You thought I was going out? That's mad though, that.
Nah, you can see the shadow of Martinez there covering.
Yeah, great professional foul.
It's a great foul. It's a booking you got to take, man.
Yeah.
I'm glad he did it in a way where he don't look rash enough to give,
No.
give him because you know sometimes on those deliberate ones,
If he'd just gone like,
sometimes on the deliberate ones you can actually swipe a little bit too hard and it looks mad because you don't go
like, well, that just looked like a genuine attempt that didn't quite come off. Martinez did it the same one against Wolves, didn't he?
Yeah.
Remember, he got a yellow and then the fucking his game fell apart for him and took
him off, didn't
yeah,
he?
because it was that lad.
Can't have
with
you
Acuna.
walking around with a yellow
like
card.
walking past him because he didn't want to throw in a challenge. It's like, nah, forget that. Go on, Ericsson. Go on, lad.
Go on, look, head up.
Oh, come on,
Go on, Marcus. Go on, do it again.
Oh, not bad.
Oh.
Right idea, just not. Didn't quite happen. Felcher says, "Come on, you and Scotty Ronaldo, get positive. Fuck's sake, we are going to get the 3 points. GGMU."
4-3 United, when I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Hopefully we've been mad negative.
Neil, I know.
Fucking
I don't
talking
think
about
I don't know what
just
you're on
going
about.
on, going on what we see.
Neil
we don't have to see it like you, mate.
Thornton says, "Is the manager Tony Pulis in disguise? We play the crudest, shittest long ball game in pro football." That's slightly harsh.
Nah, I don't know about
that. Matthew Zerlo says, "Martial is so blasé." Dylan says, "Regulon for the banter winner." That'd be ace, that, wouldn't it? Well, not even an Spurs player
Current
getting the winner.
Spurs player.
Yeah. Soft. But Saka for that, innit? Is it they got the foul but Saka reacted, or is that their foul? Their free kick, or is it ours?
I think Saka's like kicked out.
Because I feel like they got the foul.
I think he's got fouled, but then the foul that he's done after has been rash.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, now could be a red, that.
Casemiro got a red for less last season. Fucking course it is.
Ooh, it's a bit naughtier than I thought it was, you know.
It's an orange one, man.
I can see why.
You know what I mean?
Showing all studs and not getting the ball.
That's what I mean,
I
man.
can see why he's got booked. But I feel like you're right, Jay. I think it's an orange.
Yeah, it's not quite. It's
just a bit away from a red.
It's a deep yellow, but not quite a red.
You know, that's certain people's teeth.
Come on, United. Fuck you know. To be fair, the fact we've had was it one shot on target?
Do not concede before.
Oh no!
Do not concede before half time.
Right, this is the thing. Can't cope.
Do not concede before half time is the play. Odegaard doing a little look at me pressing. You know that one's?
Yeah.
Yeah, Wan-Bissaka's now in a good game today.
Why did you do that?
Yeah, Wan-Bissaka's
Got away with it as well.
Wan-Bissaka's drunk, man.
Or Zinchenko.
The thing is, that shouldn't work, but Zinchenko's just looked that poor defensively.
Come on, man. You've got to be better
Who
than
was
that?
that?
Give him a chance. It's just over it, yeah, man.
Yeah. Who was it?
It's Bruno playing Wan-Bissaka. But it's far too heavy. Hit that like button. We've got another 4 minutes before half time. I don't know how many added minutes they're going to be.
Quite a bit. They had quite a bit on, don't they, innit?
You had what, sorry?
They had quite a bit on, don't they?
Yeah. See, 11 minutes against Forest. You know.
I know. I was like,
that was a new high point of my time supporting United. Hanging on against 10-man Forest.
Well, Wan-Bissaka just letting Martinelli run him into the box.
Don't know what's up with that
Fucking
lad
hell,
today.
but what's up with him? Yeah, Dalot's a great back post defender, by the way.
Yeah.
I think that's his best defensive attribute. He defends the back post so well, Dalot.
That's one of the things
Yeah.
that Wan-Bissaka doesn't do sometimes, isn't it? He just goes
That's
to sleep. Oh, fuck off. Another corner to them. They've had loads.
I want once this half, I want to see Wan-Bissaka get on Martinelli's toes. He's letting Martinelli do whatever he wants.
It feels like
Or
sometimes
half.
Shaw does that on the other side. He let the right winger get into the box.
Yeah.
He'll switch off a bit and then make up for it.
It's not fucking good enough just saying, oh, he's not beat me.
No.
That's what Wan-Bissaka's playing like. He's like, oh, he's not getting past me, but I'm just letting him run me into the box and do whatever he wants after it.
Did well there.
Ball.
Did well, Andy Taylor there. Because I think he tried to play the advantage,
tried to
and
play it,
we lost the ball, so he called it back. Because it was a foul.
Yeah.
Right, little moaning weasels, aren't they, Arsenal? They do me head in. They've always been like that. We'll be hearing from Andy Tate at half time as well, getting his thoughts. So get involved in the chat and the comments. Obviously, we've got a few minutes left yet. Just frustrating. Bruno.
Sitting handball.
Bruno was appealing for that handball before it even left his head. I don't think anyone else in the Emirates was joining him in that appeal.
Just gone a lot. We're about to see how much time's added on as well.
I reckon 4 minutes. They only seem to go turbo in the second half. But
It's not been stopped loads though.
no,
Anyway.
it might even be less than 4 to be honest with you. 3. There you go.
It's mad that it's 67% more possession.
In the last 10 minutes, United have started getting far more of the ball.
I was just hoping that we didn't concede before half time again.
Yeah.
And that'll be a huge body blow. Good challenge.
No one there.
Right, so Dalot's actually in his position now.
Tackled Diogo Dalot.
Yeah.
Alright, go on Wan-Bissaka. Another corner, man. Martinelli's earned them about 10 corners.
This has the
Because
feels
because
like he has anyway.
Wan-Bissaka don't get tight. He just waits. He waits for him to get driven basically onto the byline or whatever, and then just click. Do you know what I mean? Ends up being he's tackled him and he's challenged him, but he's letting him get into an area that can hurt you at first. So the best he can get out of it is a throw in deep in your defensive half or a corner for them.
Thing is, well, Wan-Bissaka can tackle anyone.
Way too many corners. He's been
Like,
way too
I don't
passive in his
like-
defending, man.
I don't know
It's
what's up
been
with him.
frustrating.
How,
What the hell?
How the hell has he brought the ball down there?
That's another corner. Fucking hell.
This has a sort of feeling like where backs against the wall, Hoyland come on late.
No. I'm kind of nervous about these kind of forays of corners that we've got before
half time.
I feel like they're just gonna get a chance out of one of these. It's just like, gonna be.
Help him out.
Jesus, that was a great cross as well. Tight. Look at Watchalong. He just stood there.
What was he doing?
Stood there like he's got cement in his boots.
Just watching it.
You know, if you look at trying to put a positive slant on this performance first half, another corner, is that we knew our midfield were going to get overrun. We knew that they are better runners than us.
Martinez, you could have seen
energy and stuff like that.
It's corners like that. It's corners like that you get punished.
Aside from Wan-Bissaka,
he could have seen that out.
Aside from Wan-Bissaka, though, we've defended pretty well. I think we've been under a lot of pressure, but you were asking for pragmatic football at the beginning, Ronaldo. You know, we have defended well. Second half, 45 minutes to go. Hoyland on winner becomes United new cult hero.
It's not done yet, because that corner didn't need to be given. It's always those that you end up like fucking.
Fuck for that. Nick Collins in the super chat says Delo definitely one of our best players today. Martial hasn't been awful, but would you bring Rasmus on at the break?
Not yet.
Probably not yet.
60 minutes.
I don't think Martial's done a lot, to be honest with you. We're going to hear from Andy Tate. So Andy, come and join us. Give us your thoughts. Get involved in the comments and the chat. Travis Mellish says Martial off. Dan C says, but I did say 2-1 Hoyland late winner. Dan Burgess says Martial keeps passing backwards. Andy Tate is here. Andy, give us your thoughts on that first half of Manchester United at the Emirates.
Very backs against the wall on a Saturday night when you staggered out of a pub. Absolutely blitz. That's what United have done. Not done anything for that.
Yeah, you'll need that in. Oh yeah, Andy's here. Right, go on.
Technical issues, sorry. Backs against the walls. You know what I mean? I'm not very good with tech, lads. Come on. I'm still 80s, mate. Backs against the wall, mate. I'm not happy with the first half. Let's say defensively resolute, really good, but going forward, zip. And in 2 minutes, basically 2 mistakes have led to both goals. Arsenal have got mistakes in them, and so Man United. Great finish from Rashford. Don't get me wrong. Great pass from Eriksen. But within, was it 28 seconds, 35 seconds or something like that?
Do you know what I only heard? I heard the 5 at the end of the second, so I don't know if it was 35 or 45, but it was something like, it wasn't long.
But like I say, our goal was preventable. Like I say, Eriksen, he was nowhere. Like he was picking up Aldegaard. He was picking him up. Seriously, this is what I mean, mate. This is, I say, our level is 3rd to 7th this season. And I say Arsenal could be up there, or it could be back in our bit with us. So not very good. Not very good first half going forward. Defensively, really good. But going forward, man, zip,
says Andy Tate. Get involved in the comments and the chat and let us know if you agree. Ronaldo Brown, what do you think of the first half from a United point of view?
I thought we had a lot of possession for possession's sake, but then again, they do say possession can be quite often 9/10 of the law anyway. So I think the fact is we've not really offered much going forward, but we haven't exactly been battered with opportunities the other way. I think the fact that we've kind of killed the crowd a little bit, we've simmered them with the fact that we've held onto the ball quite well. Obviously, even if it was just in the midfield and defensive area, it's stop them dictating the game. And
you did see Tenak shaking his head though.
Do you know what I mean? I know.
You really saw that. He was like, what are you doing?
I'm putting a positive spin on the possession, but I'm also going to say that going forward, we haven't got into the final third nearly enough. I feel like we can take a few more chances. Quite often our forward passing, when we have tried to go through the lines or in behind, hasn't been good enough. But the way I'm just going on in a summary of the way that the first half has gone, is we've had a few players that have been off it. We've had a few players that have played well.
Off it, aren't they? Absolutely off it. He's still in Manchester, mate.
I disagree. I think Andy's had a decent first half.
I think he's been getting Wan-Bissaka out of jail a lot of the time.
I'll give you another one as well. I'll give you another one as well. Another example. Bruno took the ball off Wan-Bissaka when he was about to hit it, and he could see him, but why did you just get out of the way and let Wan-Bissaka hit the ball?
I think Wan-Bissaka's been extremely poor in the first half. He's been extremely frustrating. He's been poor on the ball.
Oh, I agree. I agree on that.
He's not looked mentally sharp, and he's also been so fucking passive with the way that he's defending Martinelli. He's letting Martinelli just run him into the box. He's letting him get his head up. He's got in time to do whatever he likes, and then he's coming off the pitch thinking, "Oh, Martinelli's not beating me 1v1," but he's still allowing him to do pretty much everything else. I think Delow's been really good in the first half. Yeah. I think he's done really well against Saka. I think Eriksen's been really good in possession. He's provided a little bit of quality in there. I think Martinez has been really good defensively as well.
I agree on that.
But Rashford's actually looked dangerous with the little bit parts that he's got, but outside of that, he's not really seen enough of the ball outside of his goal. I think Martial looks like as blasé as ever. He almost doesn't look attuned to the speed and the importance of the game, which is kind of
He's
worrying.
not adjusted to it.
Yeah, he just looks like he's not.
He's like he's not playing bad, but he's lethargic.
He's there, but he's not there. But in terms of the game in its entirety, we've not really created much going forward. But I also don't think Arsenal have either, and that's been down to the fact that we have held more possession than I think that a lot of people expected us to kind of hold.
Yeah,
if we've got the ball,
we've done a job.
Us, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, we've done a job in ourselves. We've actually very defensive, very resolute, and it's been well. But like you say, Arsenal, we've invited it. This is like I say. I'll go back to like Scott said this. It's like the Forest game. We invite trouble, absolutely invite trouble, and it's. I mean, what's going to happen second half? We don't know. But this is what United, like you say, you're inviting trouble, and if the trouble turns out to be proper serious, what are we going to do?
Yeah, I agree with Andy there. But you were saying before the game, Ronaldo, is that you were hoping for, and me the same, you were hoping for Ten Hag to maybe be a bit more pragmatic with the football. And I do wonder whether all this sort of possession in our half, whilst it is inviting a lot of pressure on, they've only scored one goal, and that came down to the heads, on a high from us scoring. So I wonder if it's some sort of tactic that we are just hoping to hit him on the counter of this game because we knew we were going to get overrun in midfield. I'm just trying to see the positives there. And we have, pretty much kept them at bay whilst they've had the better possession. I think Wan-Bissaka could be about 90% better than he's actually been putting a shift in. Delow's been good considering he's been out of possession. Eriksen was great for the Rashford goal, but again was at fault for the sort of, for their goal. And that's going to be worrying as we progress into the later stages of the second half as to the legs in the centre midfield and what do we do there.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. I'm going to get into a couple of super chats. Obviously, Ryan Singer said a moment of magic from Rashford in a game of nothing. Then just typical United, we can't concentrate after the hard work and concede 35 seconds later. That was a proper soul-crushing way to concede the goal. Yeah. Looks like we just weren't switched on, but I do agree, a moment from Rashford, outside of that, we haven't created much. And to concede like that shows a really bad lack of mentality almost in terms of it's almost that. I think the most concerning part about the fact that we conceded after 35 seconds is seeing in the comments, and then I'm seeing a lot of the way we've kind of reacted to it in terms of the fans, and it's almost like we're not surprised that we conceded that way straight after it, and I think that's worrying.
Strong team goes back straight to the kickoff. Doesn't spend half the time celebrating. Yeah.
Well, it's like we were saying before the game, we are always fearful that we are going to concede goals. You know what I mean? I think that if that's the other way around and Arsenal score, I don't think United have it in them to score to equalise 35 seconds later.
I'm not sure. I think we might fold under pressure a little bit. I think maybe we scored and almost thought, oh shit.
Yeah. We didn't expect to be in that position.
I think now we've got something to fight for. It might actually, hopefully, it galvanises them now because, like I say, we're in this. If we'd have gone 1-0 down, I don't think it's in us to get anything at the Emirates. Yeah, losing 1-0. But there's something to fight for. Like I say, if it stays like this, I'm quite happy. Anything else is a bonus.
Yeah. Exactly. We've got Rune Toffland has said that equaliser was awful, looked so timid in midfield. I definitely agree that equaliser was awful. I think a lot of the second balls and the loose balls have gone Arsenal's way as well in midfield. I think there is a little bit of a lack of mentality in there.
I think Amrabat will solve that, but that's going to be in time. I think
Eriksen has played well though. You've got Coach Zach Elks who said that Anthony's a shite, bring it on Facundo and Rasmus. I think Anthony, for all his faults and the slant that we've given him, I thought he had a really, really good, decent first half actually, compared to a lot of the other players.
Well, he's not run at him, has he?
I think he's got him behind Zinchenko a little bit. He's run at him, but he's helped us keep possession almost.
He's not showed a little bit. But he's not put the ball in the box, has he? He's not run at him enough.
No, I think Anthony. I disagree with you, Andy. I think Anthony's For what, I'm not an Anthony fan by any stretch of the imagination
Never
from
mind.
what I've seen, but I feel like his first half was pretty strong. And he said bring on Facundo Rasmus. I think Rasmus will come on later in the game. I think Martial's not played for much longer than he is. Do you know what I mean? But Facundo, Palestri, could he offer a little bit more dynamic, a little bit more dynamism down the right?
This is what,
Palestra.
Palestri or Garnacho and Hoyland. Before the game, we were saying we're not very strong in midfield to maybe sort of pack it out with the likes of the aging legs of Eriksen and Casemiro, who I don't think Casemiro's had the best of games, to be honest. It's evident that we are trying to hit them on the attack. Now, if we've got them 3 players that are going to... Because the ball is available over the back. I've been a bit frustrated with when we're trying to play the counter. It's been a little bit more hopeful passing rather than sort of clinical. You know what I mean? It's like, that pass is definitely on. It's a little bit more, right, well, I'll lob it over that way and let's see what we can do with it.
Yeah, we had to do a few loose passes, especially in the start from Casemiro, but I think there's a couple of players that do need to wake up. I think Wan-Bissaka really needs to wake up. If you came into the game today and you saw Dalot versus Saka and you thought Wan-Bissaka against Martinelli, you would have thought what's happened in the first half would have been reversed. Yeah. Because Dalot's basically pocketed Saka all game. Been really strong against him. I think what's materialised is what I kind of thought would in the before the game started. I thought Dalot he isn't necessarily terrible 1v1 anyway. He's just not as good as Wan-Bissaka. But I think because Saka likes to come inside so much, he keeps coming onto Dalot's strong foot because he's a right-footed player playing left back, and I think that's helped him in the first half, like I expected. But one thing about Martinelli is he's fearless when he's 1v1. He's not seen Wan-Bissaka as, oh, you are this all-conquering 1v1 defender. He's still took it to him. And I feel like Wan-Bissaka's almost looked shocked by it. Yeah. And I need him to get a little bit tighter than he has. And I'm not surprised that the goal actually came down that left side. But you got Clayton as well that says, decent match so far for the game we all expected. If I can mix it up a bit, Jay, you visited the US. Can you compare anything to Nando's we went? Well, when Jay gets back, we'll ask him about that, but I think it's... But what do you expect to happen in the second half now? Because notoriously, especially under Ten Hag, United haven't been a great second half team, especially in the first 15 minutes after the break.
I don't think we've got the sort of midfielders to bring on to try and get more control of the game. So I'm expecting, which is not going to be a comfortable watch, more of the same, really. I think Arsenal probably growing confidence because they were pressing us towards the end of that first half. And you expect, there's a lot of corners, weren't they? Sort of expecting them to get the second goal. And I think it's just going to be backs to the wall, hit them on the break, and I think them play them like the Garnacho, Palestri.
You're going to invite trouble, though. You're really going to invite trouble.
We have. The thing is that you can only play with what you've got, and I don't think that team, as it stands now, is strong enough to sort of to in the second half with the legs that we've got to hold them.
I think they've got to go forward more. Definitely, they'll have the rays ringing. We say, come on, you got to do more on the wings. Come on, Rash. Come on, Ante. You got to do more. Run at him. Arsenal's defence is it's there to be got at, just like ours. But you've got to do more because, like I say, we're gonna be under the cost for the first 15, 20 minutes. And then you might get a lull in play, then we'll be under the cost again. Like you say, Hoyland, Palestra, Garnacho, last 20, 25 minutes, impact players, yeah. But you got to give a bit more. From the get-go in the second half, then wingers, definitely. And like I say, Casemiro, I think Bruno's very quiet as well. So, they've got just a little bit more, an extra 10, 15%.
Yeah, I hope so. I just don't see that's going to be the case.
But you're inviting trouble. You really are inviting trouble.
Does part of you think the whole way that we kind of... Because I don't think we were completely back to the wall at all, because I think we had more possession than them in the first half. I almost think United were surprised by the fact that we had that much possession. So I don't know if the setup or the kind of game plan going into this Arsenal game was expected for them to kind of have a lot of the ball, them to dictate. And
their goal was reminiscent of the equaliser last year.
Yeah, us to jump out on the transition and like counter-attack on him.
Yeah.
I think that was probably what we were planning. So it almost seems like when we actually had the ball and we've had possession, we've been dictating it, it doesn't look like we've been prepared to know how we were going forward in terms of the movement patterns. Yeah. Because there's not been that much movement in the final third by the attacking midfielders, all the midfield three, when we've had that possession. And that to me tells me that we were prepared almost to be like, oh, we're sitting back, we're soaking up the pressure, then we get the ball, we break out, and that kind of freestyle it almost.
Yeah, that's what it felt like.
Because it looks like we don't really have any ideas when we've got the ball. We keep a possession well, we're holding it in the middle of the pitch and at the back. But it's almost like we didn't expect to do that, which is why we don't know how to kind of get through the lines a lot, especially... But I don't know, I think something needs to kind of be adjusted. Hopefully Ten Hag's seen something that we've seen. And I'm sure he does. I think he's qualified for that.
No, you know what? I just hope we don't implode. Seriously, we just don't. Do
you not think we're growing confidence from that half though? Really, their goal came from a freak 35 seconds, which was due to a reaction of us actually scoring. Do you know what I mean? But they didn't really. What other chances did they have? Really, Onana's not had to pull off many great saves. If you look at it like on the flip side, our counter attack has worked.
Yeah.
You know, that obviously works, and we did it in pre-season, the balls over the top and stuff. I'd love to see the sort of passing ratio Onana to the strikers, because it's like a lot of the stuff you were talking about dictating play from the back.
I think Onana's coming out a bit too far. He's basically he's up on a bleeding halfway line.
Yeah. How's your heart, Andy?
I was whoa, what are you doing? What are you doing, lad? Look, I know this is this is the package that is Onana, and you're like, come on, lad, come on. Because if he gets caught, all it say, he's had it.
Nah, definitely. Oh, it looks like the players are coming back out now. You say that Rashford. Look at the opportunities there. We've had 5 touches in their box. We've had 50% of the possession. So
only 4% of that's been in the third half.
Final third. It's been interesting. I don't know the game plan. It's been a little bit of a tactical warfare. I think games like this can often look boring because not much is happening in terms of the final third. But it seems like a bit of a chess match. I don't know if the game in the second half will be a little bit different, but we would like to obviously get into the final third a little bit more, get a bit more opportunities. But it's difficult against a team like this.
You might get more of a game because like both teams are attacking the rival ends now. So Arsenal their end, United fans as well. So you might get a bit more.
Would you take this 1-0 if it finished?
Yes.
Yeah.
Defeat is not a fucking option.
I would take a draw. I'd 100% take a draw, but I'd hope that we can kind of nick a win. I always thought that we had enough to do that.
Yeah.
Especially the way that Arsenal play at home.
Well, as long as we don't lose, we take whatever confidence we get from this today.
As good as they are.
If we get through this, we've got a run of games after the international break, which are winnable.
Yeah.
So I just want to get through this next 45 minutes and just have a quiet Sunday night.
Yeah. I mean, it's the confidence that a win would produce, you know what I mean? And also sort of put to bed this whole taboo about away games against the top 9 as well. So it's more than just the 3 points. If we were to get a win today, it's like
I say, you can you can win your own games. You'd be brilliant at home, but if you nick points at the top 6, top 9, you'll have an all right season. You may not win the league, but I tell you what, you'll be up in there abouts, definitely.
100%.
I mean, you could draw the top 6 games at the top 6 and win the rest.
Yeah, but we are about to kick off. Now we are about to kick off now for the second half. It's a big second half. I'm not hugely confident because of how we've been in our second halves of late. I think we need to weather the storm for a bit for the first 15 minutes.
Oh dear.
But yeah, they've just gone straight back to Ramsdale and hoofed it up, almost playing for touch.
Yeah, mentally, you got to be on the game in the first 10 minutes, first 5 minutes. Because this is where we give a goal away straight after Tottenham.
Yeah. For me, it just feels like it's going to be one of them, if we're going to win it, like a smash and grab.
Touch.
Back up the M6.
Italian job.
Yeah. But this is why it's been more like an Italian game of football, really. I think Ronaldo said a bit like a chess match.
I would say that, I don't really watch Serie A, but I watched a bit of Lazio Napoli.
Yeah.
And that game was very end-to-end.
Who won that last night? Who won it?
Lazio. I think Lazio were very, very good.
They won it? They beat Napoli?
I think so.
Wow.
But Lazio looked very, very decent, but it was also, the game was very like end-to-end, and I thought, it's not accurate representation.
Yeah.
You know
it's changed a lot since the 90s.
I thought like a lot of good football was played though. It was very like high quality game.
Oh come on, Jesus!
See, Martial can't hold the ball up against Zinchenko.
Now can Casemiro then.
Shows that's like featherweight, man. You need to be stronger than that.
Well,
yeah.
See, he called for that. I like that.
He called for that.
He called for that.
Because Martinez ducked.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I like a goalkeeper who commands his box. That's a good thing. That's what we've got with him.
Right, they've gone back into that. I don't know whether Arteta's thought that he doesn't believe in United's quality in the build-up. So that's why he sat off a little bit and he's thought, we'll spring on him when they do a loose pass.
I don't know what's going on here.
We'll do a little movement around. It's alright. I can't remember what you had. I think you had black coffee for some reason.
I'll have a black coffee now. I've got a date with Denzel Washington after this.
What? Have you?
Equaliser free.
Have we read out super chats and all that?
Yeah.
Lads, sorry, I was making a brew, so I wasn't able to keep up with what was going on. It's still 1-1.
Someone was asking about what's the equivalent to Nando's in the States.
Don't know. You're the
I have no
American
idea. You're
expert.
asking the wrong. I'm not the American expert in the slightest.
When we went to the States, went to Jack in the Box, In-N-Out Burger.
Didn't do Chick-fil-A, did we?
No. What was the other one we went to in Vegas? What was it? Do you remember?
The Italian.
Ethan, can you remember that fast food place we went to in Vegas? What it was? McDonald's. No, not McDonald's.
Was it? I can't remember. I don't think we did. We did more
Raising Cane's, thank you.
Did more restaurants than anything else.
Yeah, we did, didn't we? We did all right. That stayed on there, that for some reason. Get involved in the comments in the chat. Big shout out as well to Norman Elliott, my missus' granddad, who's watching. She just messaged me then. Ryan Singh says, my worry is Ericsson has proven he can't give us the full 90 minutes, but we honestly don't have an experienced centre midfielder on the bench. Who would you sub him for? We spoke about this earlier, didn't we?
I think the only positive is that I don't know whether this game's been that high tempo.
Yeah. He's done all right, Ericsson.
Apart from the goal.
Odegaard goal, yeah. If you want milk, by the way, we have got milk in there.
No, it's cool, man. I can do that.
It's gone really, really cold in here all of a sudden. I don't know, is that...
I don't know. Eve, has the air conditioning been turned up or down?
What?
No, it's fine. Leave it at that. I don't know what's going on there. Arsenal here now. Martinelli!
That's
well done.
Great defending. Hey,
well done,
brilliant
Anthony.
play.
Do you know what? Anthony's done well. Because he has been
Anthony's
tracking back
really
a
well
lot.
today, and
also,
defensively.
I think Statman Dave did a tweet about his first half performance in terms of numbers. I know they don't tell you the full story, but they do tell you a lot of it. And it was, if I can just find it.
He's been by far our best attacking player.
Well, just to back up your point there, Scotty, Anthony completed more ball recoveries, won more fouls, and completed more dribbles than any other player in the first half between Arsenal and Manchester United. So if we're going to start pointing fingers, I don't think we need to be pointing them in his direction for this game anyway. Get involved in the comments and the chat and let us know what you think about Manchester United in this second half. Obviously, only 5 minutes in. No changes, I believe, from either team. Is that right?
No changes.
No changes. Not surprising. Very rare that Eric Ten Hag makes a half-time substitution.
Yeah.
There are, options for us attacking-wise. Not so much in midfield.
I think Bruno for Ericsson, about 60 minutes in. Bring one of the, what's his name?
Bruno for Ericsson?
In the midfield, to swap in the middle and then Ericsson goes off.
Bruno's not in a good game today, has he?
No.
He's the one guy I feel like you can rely on as well.
Well done, Martinez.
I feel like nothing much has come off for Bruno today.
No, he's had his same energy and he's been about a lot.
Yeah,
he's hard off it.
But he's not quite been involved enough.
He's just got a bigger engine than Ericsson. That's the thing I'm thinking.
Yeah. Oh no, you don't. I mean,
I didn't mind Fernandes last year when he played that sort of deep role.
No. Well done, Aaron Wan-Bissaka.
Why is he jogging towards the ball though?
He did
after that header, he started just jogging towards the ball.
Acted like there's no point in trying to get this.
There's something off about Wan-Bissaka today. It's almost just like he's not been fully there. Do you know what I mean?
Which is strange considering
like his mind's just floating, because stuff like that made me think that from playing.
One of yours.
It's like we've got Lindelof in replacing Varane and Delot
Ericsson.
well out of his usual position.
To me,
and them two are playing well. Wan-Bissaka is having a bad game.
To me, on that pass though, it was he went towards two of them. It was the wrong player that went towards it. I think Rashford should have went for that instead. Second half's going to be tense, isn't it?
Yeah. It's mad how sort of 7-0 this result could feel,
I was sort of saying to Andy, 1-1 would be a decent draw, but if we do get 3 points, it's more than that, isn't it?
Yeah, it's massive. And then again, if we lose, because of the context of our away record,
And then you got international break where it'll
Horrible,
just be
innit?
it'll
Horrible.
Just get
I hate
compounded.
losing ahead of the international break, man. Everything's just shit, and I could not care less about England matches. So it's not like that's a welcome distraction. It's just nothing. It's just waiting for United to start again. I don't even know who we were playing. England, did they play? Do you know?
No, Wan-Bissaka, man.
I'm too distracted watching this shite, to be fair. That's
There
better.
we go. That's more
That's
like
his signature move.
Get in.
Even that tackle was like unnecessary. Do you know what I mean? He just like he could have just took possession, but he waited.
That's his
and
signature move, though, innit? That was his like.
There you go.
That's a good tackle.
That's getting into the rhythm
Now
now.
he's got tighter.
Yeah, this is it now. This is what you're good at.
50 minutes in. Got you turned up.
Yeah. You know what you can do. Just do that. Do that thing you do. Hit that like button, people. Let's get to 2,000 likes.
That was too easy. That
Ukraine. Someone's saying, yeah, we're playing Ukraine. England are. I still like support England. I know most people don't, United fans, but I don't care about Euro qualifiers or whatever the fuck this international break is for. I don't even know. Unlucky lad. Head up. Saliba there with a shot from 30 yards that's troubling no one.
slipped on a pass there, didn't he?
Yeah.
AC on. Why have I just gone really cold?
I don't know, man.
Is it off or is it on?
Because you're only wearing half a t-shirt and all that.
And I was, you know what? I was tempted to say that.
That's
and
actually that's fractionally incorrect though. Like a vest is like much more than half. Oh shit!
Oh, I thought Rashford was going to score the follow up then.
For some
I
reason,
just couldn't see
for some
properly.
reason I didn't react.
No, I thought like there was because of the sun and everything. I thought like, what is going on
For
here?
some reason I didn't react because it just never seemed like
Yeah,
like
Oh, the save.
blocked by Saliba.
Saliba blocks it, innit? Mate, if the Lord had pinged one in with his left foot from there, I'm sorry, I don't think I'd have been able to cope. Would have had to go and leave the stream for a bit. Just process what I'd just seen. Go on, Anthony. Oh, come on, man. You just go backwards if you got to.
Too easy that.
Lindelof's on a yellow, innit?
Yeah. He ran it out there.
Yeah.
Here we go.
No pressure, son.
No.
Just go out there and win us the game. Hey, do you know what I mean? Oh!
Fuck, it's too easy this getting through the midfield.
Look at Wan-Bissaka
Get over to him.
Why is he jogged back there as well? If hey Wan-Bissaka, you would have got the ball then if you
Time.
if he sprinted back. You know that
He
little
doesn't choose when to sprint and when to jog. I don't know what he seems to choose sort of to be a bit more blasé about it at the wrong times.
He does, innit? Have you not noticed it before?
Because I don't think it's his energy or he's knackered or he's. I just feel like he believes he can get there when he can't. Just did enough there, Martinez. Oh man, I can't go with this. That's a tackle. God, how many corners have these fuckers had?
Fucking hell. All been conceded down here as well.
Martinelli must have earned them about 10 corners. Honestly.
And we're a small side compared to Arsenal as well. So.
But we've got Onana.
I don't know what that means.
Neither do I, but I'm holding
That was well too.
What's happening? What?
It's like he just opened up the defence then, and every defence just moved out of the way for him. Pressure! Oh, we got away with that one there. Or was it? I thought he'd missed it and it come off the Arsenal player.
Okay, now it's 56 minutes and I'm already shitting it.
Oh, bro.
It's a far throw that as well.
They always do that. Always do that. And now they get a foul there when it should have been a foul throw.
Hoyland match winner, this written all over it.
I hope you're right, bro.
How many times have you seen games like this, though?
I know. Did you see that? Was it in the Everton Sheffield United game where the ref did another line for the free kick? Did he?
Oh.
Like the Sheffield United
Got
players.
mates like
Hey, reminds of us back in the day.
I thought where was he going with that?
Did another line like we used to. The Sheffield United players were all stood in front of the line. And all the Everton players like, look, they're stood in front of the line. And the referee came over, looked, and just drew another line, sprayed another line in front of him. Didn't move him back. It was madness. There's no one up, is there? Just everyone in the box.
I think we've got to defend like that with the size of our team.
I'm not criticising it. Yeah,
the size of our team, I think it's better off to just have everyone in there.
I think you've got to, haven't you? You're right.
Great play, that.
Penalty.
That. He's giving it.
Wan-Bissaka, man. Wan-Bissaka. He's been horrid. Fucking hell, man.
He shouldn't be cutting through you like that, man.
He knows. I can tell by the fact that they're not appealing. He's fouled him.
Shouldn't have fucking done anything. Shouldn't have done that, obviously.
I know there wasn't much contact on that, but it is a foul because it's the fact that it stopped him getting through.
Nah, do you know
I
what?
don't know.
I don't think that's
I
a
don't know.
penalty, you
I don't know, man.
I don't think it is. Look, right there, doesn't touch him. There, he hits his leg against him.
The fuck?
It's not a fucking foul, that. I'm sorry. It's not a foul. I don't give a fuck, and you can call me a biased United fan. That is not a foul. He misses him. He misses him. He misses him, and Gary Neville can fuck off with his biased bullshit.
Yeah.
Seriously. Do you know what I mean? He takes it for granted, Gary Neville, right? Because he's a United legend and he was our captain and all that.
Yeah.
He can just spout anti-United rubbish
The thing
constantly every week, and everyone will, all United fans will still love him, and he'll turn the fans who aren't United fans towards him. Well, you won't. None of them like you
it's
anyway,
one of them
Gary.
where it's a definitive foul outside the box because even though he doesn't make contact with him, he don't allow him to go through. But like the actual initial tackle that Wan-Bissaka doesn't touch him, but.
Oh, his trailing leg does touch the top of his thigh, but
Yes!
come on!
I fucking told you, it's not a foul.
Wan-Bissaka fucking switch on though.
It's not a
This,
foul.
you know, man, dangling the leg.
This would be
It
one
was
of
dumb. It was dumb. I'll give you that.
Dangling
He
leg,
should not
yeah.
have made a challenge. But Havertz basically he misses. See, he misses, and then Havertz clips him.
that's when he gets him.
And all these before it happens, you will get people now comparing this to what happened at Marcus against Forest. Fuck off. Marcus got fouled against Forest. Like there.
Oh, the hysteria. This will be the best game of football to win.
Don't let them get a goal now. Let them lose their heads a bit, because the sense of injustice will send them do lally. We've got to fucking make the most of that.
I think Ericsson gonna. You just need to chill on it there.
Ryan Singh says, "I love United. Oh, sorry, I love Neville, but so much. But he's so anti-United. He feels he can't say anything fair for United because he thinks he's being biased." I agree. I might be being harsh on him, but every time I watch Gary Neville when it's a United game, he just seems to be like overly against United. It's not even objective. It's like, yes, Hoyland's coming on.
30 minutes.
Just getting
See what this
instructions
lad's
there,
about.
saying, right, lad, get on that pitch, score the winner.
Proper in-depth instructions, yeah.
He's got Ireland first test. Saliba. Not starting off easy.
No. Yeah, first test of Everton at the Emirates. Get us 3 points.
Yeah.
That we've not done there for about 5 years in it or something.
Go past that.
Bad ball
hell.
again!
Just keep pushing him out. Well, all right.
Wake up, Wan-Bissaka. Fucking hell.
I think it's too late now for Wan-Bissaka. I think it's one of them where his game's gone.
It's a bit. Is he
Nah,
going?
Master's quick.
Done well there, Marcus.
Right, start moving up for him now. Our build-up play is always shit. It is though, innit? It's like, I've not got an idea, do you? No, I pass them the ball.
Yeah, it does look a bit.
Look.
He's made it as well. He's on a book in Lindelof, by the way.
Where's
Yeah, I
Wan-Bissaka?
know. I think that's why he was a little bit like...
At least one of our left backs having a... Well.
It's tense now. Silence says it
Isn't
all.
it? It's sorry, bro. Yeah, you're right. Do you know what I mean? Get involved in the comments in the chat. Hit that like button as well, man. Let's get to 2,000 likes.
Played Ericsson. Good game from you.
Yes, go on.
Come on, Marcus.
Go on, Marcus. I mean, you got a lot to do there, lad, but go on, get your head up. Poor pass.
Who was that?
Jesus
Martinez.
Christ, Martinez.
It's just they got the look of the bounce there though. Gonna shoot.
It's the thing now. Fatigue can start kicking in.
Yeah, yellow card. I'll take that though.
Another corner, man.
Both our centre backs have a yellow now. Delors had a good game, you know.
He has had a good game, you're right.
Good lad. That was a great tackle.
There's another tactical one.
Yeah.
Because he knew it was like last man.
Oh, fuck
Oh,
off. We
shit.
can't afford to lose him.
Okay.
And he's taking his boot off.
Shit!
Oh, Maguire coming on. Right, I can tell you now, Maguire comes on, we lose this game, he'll get the blame for it.
How about Maguire comes on, scores the winner?
Love that.
Yeah, that's the positive we need. Come on, Harry!
Oh no.
Martinez has been good as well, you know. He has. He's had a good game.
He's had a decent game, man. One thing that Maguire will help though is these corners.
Oh. What leg was
see
it?
what
What was
it-
it? What was the last leg that he hurt?
I don't know, you know.
Was it his foot? That isn't.
It was his ankle. Was it his, what did he do? He's not his metatarsal. What did he do?
Here we
Right.
go. Hoyland for Martial.
It was his knee, wasn't it?
Nah, it was,
Ankle.
it hurt his knee when it, against Sevilla. He's actually a bit better in the second half, Martial, you know. And he still had to come off.
Oh yeah, Martial was better in the second
Yeah.
half. You're right, but
He still, I'm not saying he, thank you, someone's saying it was his metatarsal. Well, someone else saying it was his ankle ligament, so that's cleared that up.
someone else will say it's his.
Yeah, it was his arm.
His bicep. Arsenal fans cheering Maguire coming on.
Disrespect, man.
Oh.
Absolute.
Your rival fans cheering your rival.
There you go. The old guard are back. Lindelof and Maguire. We didn't think we'd see this season.
That got a second once, didn't
Second,
it?
yeah.
Hey, let's not forget. Lest we forget.
Europa League finalists.
It'll at least help us with these corners.
James Shulman says Barry bullet header incoming.
Barry Bullethead.
He needs to sort his Barnet out, Maguire. It's shocking.
He's forever doing his fringe, isn't it?
I don't like that fucking Hitler Barnet.
I don't think you're in a position to
Well,
talk
I
about
can still
people's hair.
listen. I've got no choice. He's got a choice, and he's letting us down.
He's letting us down.
Yeah, he's representing Manchester United. Fuck me, I
great
thought that was
effort.
it.
Martinelli's been bright today, man.
He has.
United win this game.
Yeah,
United
Been
win
their
this
best player, Martinelli.
he has. To be fair.
Good effort.
Oh, it's not that far away either. Did Onana have it covered?
Nope.
No.
game. Yeah, he did.
Do you reckon?
No.
Yo, what's all this cheering about? Can we go on the game, please, Sky? So there's something going on.
That was a protest
Oh.
or something.
Fucking Onana for time wasting.
We need to book for time wasting anymore. They had 97 minutes on anyway at the end of the game.
That's his, second. You got one against Forest. Don't get booked. I can't cope, man. Martinez, man. Fucking hell, that's not what we wanted. Not, to say the least.
Come on, Harry.
If anything, at least it's international break.
Yeah, that's true. Do you know what? We need to do a Fergie with this international break. Just say everyone's injured. Marcus is injured
Why
again.
don't they do that anymore? Do you know what I mean? People
I
have
think
started
no,
taking international football far too seriously.
It still happens a bit part though. I've seen it. That
Fergie,
way.
if everyone was injured under Fergie.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It was like literally every single player that was called up was injured. Don't fucking dive in.
It's all coming through down Wan-Bissaka's side.
All their threats come down the left side all
Yeah.
game.
You're right about Saka having to push in though, because all game he's been central, hasn't he? Pretty much.
Right, don't fucking. Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Let someone who knows how to distribute it do it. There we go. Fine example.
Asking a question there though, Hoyland.
Yeah.
Where fair play to your son. Do you know what I mean? He knows he's in a fucking game now.
Go on, lad.
Don't want to get carried away, but from them first 20 seconds, you can tell he's fucking mint.
Just like the top.
The way he protested the foul there.
Yeah. Sick.
Fucking hell.
Legend.
Exactly.
The way he was just near Gabriel.
Yeah.
We've seen that the way our game's changed now.
Go on, stay on a deck, you soft bastard.
I think these are the type of forwards that Gabriel likes playing against though.
What, like the
Like
hustle and
the hustle
bustle?
bustle,
Yeah,
he thrives
like
off
the
that, do you know
physical
what I mean? Yeah,
fucking... But he's quick though as well, Hoyland, isn't he?
Mm.
Alright. I don't know, maybe I'm underrating him. I always think he's got one in him as well. I just don't rate the guy.
No, he does.
Do you know what I mean? I feel like... I know you were saying about Zinchenko being a weak link. I think he can be as well, to be honest.
That's going out there. Or is it not? No, feels like we've not had a little bit of possession like that in a while.
Ireland's in the box. There, run. Back post.
Oh, he did well there,
did well,
Marcus, you
actually.
know.
Well played. Feels nice having a target man in the box, or
Does, doesn't it? That's Saz. That'll do.
Good the near post movement though by Hoyland. I see it. He just didn't get the right contact on it. It was good defending.
Marcus there with a little trick as well. That was sick.
The thing is, he's not had loads of the ball, Rashford. But when he has had it, he's
Forward.
No, I know what you mean.
He's not had a lot of the ball. When he's had it, it's been dangerous.
I don't mind that though. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're producing the goods when you're getting the ball.
Nah, but Rashford always is like one of those players because even when he's not playing well, like he's got one of those. He's a moments player. Do you know what I mean? He can like do something out of the ordinary. Do you know what I mean? Or like something that's world class just in a moment.
I don't like this though.
Arsenal have become a little bit withdrawn though.
I don't see that. I feel like it's just gone very. The game's on a knife edge a little bit. It's just one of those where it's like who from either team kind of grabs
They're
the
not
game.
pressing as high as they were in it like 10 minutes ago.
Like who grabs the game by the scruff of the neck almost.
Anthony's had a quiet second half in comparison to his first.
He does. I don't know where he gets subbed a lot, Anthony. I don't know whether it's fitness.
It's a fitness thing.
Yeah, whether he just does fall off a bit of a cliff because he gets subbed like almost every game. He's a bit like
1-2s, lads.
He's a bit like Sancho in that respect under Ten Hag. If Sancho starts 9 times out of 10, he gets subbed. Would you make another change? Would you bring on a Garnacho or a Palestre? Stretch them a bit more?
Come on.
Fuck me, I thought it was going in. Honestly, for a split second, I thought he just fucking toe poked it into the far post.
Hoyland's provided a proper he's not really got on it, but he's hustled Gabriel a bit.
Yeah, just that little bit of something different.
Yeah, disrupt.
Giving them something to think about, innit?
That's it.
Shoney can be a focal point.
Yeah. Yeah, here's your Maguire goal. Is he even in there? There he is. Back post.
Come on, Teddy, to a bed.
Awful corner.
Don't do that. He's about.
That was so poor. You can't. Hey, Rashford, those ones you can't bustle out on the edge.
Lindelof can't make a challenge there either.
Well played. Now back at him. Let's get some energy now.
Help him out.
Look, slow again. What the
shit? Just not on the same page.
Both,
not on the same page at all.
Like the angle that he took to receive didn't help.
No.
Ball.
That's too soft. That's not foul.
Get over there. Ten Hag screaming there.
This fucking dickhead's coming on in here. Bears says Anthony in AWB is not synced. Adam Boo said I shouldn't have said Anthony's cooking lol. David Brown says Garnacho on for definite. Unknown Sigma says Rashford is in the form. Triple substitution by Arsenal. Who's it? Is in Nketiah, Havertz, and who's the lad who came off then? I missed it. Who, sorry?
I'm not sure who was it. Havertz that come on?
Havertz, Nketiah, and who's
probably Zinchenko.
I don't know.
Is it Zinchenko or was it Ben White?
I don't know. Yeah, I'll go and have a look.
Come on.
Yeah.
United on the attack here. It was Zinchenko who came off, by the way. That's too easy, that.
Try
It's
getting
too
some
easy.
balls into the box. You've got a striker there,
Trying to go
Rashford.
through. I think he should just go try goal line and get some crosses in.
I just want to see this kid get a chance, you know, like just one chance falls to him.
Yeah, Zinchenko's come.
Yeah.
Good defending.
Get up, you
Great defending.
dickhead.
The lows are the fucking flyer.
Oh, that pass was not the one. Send him.
Go on.
Go on. Hoyland, get in there, lad. Get your head up.
Come on now.
Get your head up.
Look at the pace. He's thought about it too much now.
Fucking hell, Mark. You've got to do better than that.
Oh,
That is shit.
It's shit, that. Fuck off, man.
Like, look at this here. We're on here for 3-on-3.
Right, he starts thinking here now, what should I do? Slow down,
To
slow
be
down,
fair, the
slow
movement
down.
should have been the other way. Yeah, to be fair, looking back on that, there weren't an obvious pass on.
Yeah. It's just frustrating. Absolutely nothing comes of it. Just a shot that's smothered by one of their players from 15 yards out, whatever it was.
The thing is with Vieira's more of a he's more suited to that role than Havertz as well. They're not as physical, but they can actually become a little bit more creative with him in there.
Yeah. He was out there with that tackle.
Delo.
Well done, Delo.
Oh shit. Probably good like fucking 20 minutes left now. Don't go into the international break on a loss, man.
Don't
Kill us,
don't,
you know.
Don't.
You know.
Everything is, yeah, it's
Everything's
just
a grind
shit.
then.
Everything, bro. Do you know what I mean?
Is it Brighton next?
Not even know.
I think it is. It's Brighton at home, innit?
Just looks.
Get up.
Dodgy touch then. I don't want us to get penned in either though.
No. Do you remember this time
Yeah.
last year, or last game at the Emirates, where
Yeah.
we were just fucking penned in, weren't we? And it was just inevitable.
Yeah. Was he touch like on his touch? Oh, he's gonna head it.
Aye, fucking weasel.
Good header as
Good
well.
header though.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? Very good. Come on, that's too easy.
He's had a great game in for Arsenal.
Easy.
Fucking what a save. What a save.
I think
I thought that was more straight at
I
him.
don't think he knew
Pass
much
him the
about
ball.
that, to be honest. Come on now, hit them.
Aye, got no support.
Fucking hell.
Well done, Anthony. Well done there, bro. That's all he could have done.
Just need to settle a bit, take a little bit of sting out. Go on.
Fuck
Okay,
me.
that was
Tell
Silencio.
Maguire's back on the fucking pitch.
What, the nerves? Look at
Honestly.
that, it's passed behind,
Do you
the
know what I
famous
mean,
one.
man? Why have you done that?
Just invite them back into you.
That's what I mean. It's fucking. If this is the difference Martinez makes, you know.
Silly bastard.
And then that. Fucking hell.
No, I think Anthony should be on side there though, because I feel like there weren't much on else than that Maguire played, but I think
It's that that led up to it though as well. Do you know what I mean? It's
yeah.
like just fucking sideways passing, the pass behind Ericsson. It's just leading to that, and then the hoof.
Fucking shaking. Look,
Honestly,
hands like
bro, you're not alone.
hands vibrating. If you want to do a close up on that, or maybe not.
Hey, Eve, go to Ronnie's single.
Nah,
is it gone?
It's gone now.
Oh, it's gone. It's gone. It's gone.
Mate. Oh.
Garnacho's coming on.
Do you reckon he's coming on for? I doubt it's Rashford though, but Andy's played well.
It's got to be Anthony, I think.
I think it'll be Andy just because Marcus can pop up with a goal.
What, and swap Rashford for Anthony on the swap
I'd
the
be
wing?
Yeah,
very
maybe.
surprised if he takes Rashford off.
Yeah, I would.
I don't really like Rashford on the right though.
I don't, but I think that's more likely than Rashford coming off. Personally, I mean, I don't know.
What a pass that is.
Yeah, he does enough, doesn't he? He does well, man.
More of a bad miss than a great save,
Yeah,
though. He should be
straight
fucking burying that.
That should be.
That is
you got
if that was the other way around, if that was one of our
I'd be
attackers,
fuming. You got buried.
I'd be fucking raging. And also, proper making, Anthony.
Johnny Evans.
I don't like that. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Who's Johnny Evans coming on
Who's
for?
Evans coming on for?
Lindelof.
I think Lindelof. Oh, because I see Lindelof was bending down a little bit before. Yeah, he's knackered. Johnny Evans, fucking.
How many years after he left is he making a competitive game for United? Was it 5 years?
Yeah, something like that, bro. Don't know. Did he leave under Van Gaal?
Welcome back, Johnny.
It's very long. It's probably 7 years, you know.
Got a Lindelof. Hey, proper got a Leicester midfield going on right. Leicester centre half partnership going on right now. It's already been.
No, fuck me.
Disintegrated.
Stay with him.
That
man.
was weak as fuck.
I know.
What was that about?
Bro, he's been half asleep. Look, all game. Get the fuck up, man. Get in the box, man. Defend.
Gokul V says Maguire and Evans perfect. Laughing emoji. It's not the centre back pairing you'd want to see finish this game out. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah. Okay.
But there's 67 years of football experience there.
Big
That's
ass
the way to
too.
look at it. Hey,
Big ass
You know.
team.
67 years of football heritage. And
Garnacho,
amongst all that was Garnacho on for Anthony, yeah?
Garnacho, you've just come on as well, by the way. So like, you need fresher legs. How much do you want in the game, lads?
What?
So I've got to see character now. How much
Yeah.
do you want?
Right, we've got to take this pressure, but then turn it into an attack.
Oh, fuck off.
Because we haven't got a clue when we're passing the ball around. It has to come from a counter attack.
Right, who's there
Right.
for him?
Send him.
That's the ball, that you know.
Go on.
Fucking bit heavy touch.
What?
Heavy touch.
Showed the pace though.
Yeah.
Signs are there, aren't there?
How old is he again?
20.
20. Good pass by Casemiro.
That was
perfectly weighted.
That was just right, wasn't it? Just, that's what he can do, man.
Been a quiet game for Cass though.
I feel like he's got better as the game went on. I thought in the first
He's
half,
not made any mistakes around that.
I thought the first 15 minutes he kept giving it away.
Yeah.
Like, some of his passing was terrible, but it's been a bit more steady.
Come on. Concentration, full concentration right now.
Nice.
Good.
Don't you dare.
Garnacho, 1-on-1.
Garnacho! Yes! 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 Fuck off! Garnacho! Yes! Go on, man! Star boy! Is that offside?
No.
Make sure you clip up that when I told you that the United win this, Ethan.
Yeah, if we win.
Don't think I didn't see that fair play though by Hoyland. That flick.
Oh, yes.
Might need a cloth.
Come on,
There's going to be a check. There's going to be a check, you know.
Oh,
It looks like it could be offside though. Come on.
Oh, fuck off. Fuck off. Kissing the badge and everything. Go on, the lad.
This is
It
brilliant.
looked tight though, because at first I thought it looks offside. I'm actually kind of concerned.
Have they give it? Yeah.
Nah. Oh, he's going to be off, innit?
Nah, he's on, man.
Ooh.
He's on.
That's tight as fuck. I don't know, you know.
He's on. He's on there. He's on.
I think his head might.
He's on. He's on, man.
Nah, he's off. He's offside.
Fuck you.
Oh, you fucker.
Don't clip it up, Ethan. Oh, it's gone to a VAR.
Yeah. Fuck.
That's literally inches, isn't it?
We had 2 VR decisions go the other way.
Keep going, lads. That's it. Garnacho saying.
Saying a bit faster.
Bruno.
Yeah.
Fucking send me, son.
I think that my problem is I feel like that goal disallowed might spur Arsenal on a little bit.
Took Martinelli off. Reece Nelson coming on. Martinelli's fucking been everywhere.
He was really good at the end of the season last
He
season.
scored that
Reece Nelson.
97th minute goal, didn't he, against fucking Bournemouth, was it?
Yeah, but like every
Had
time
a
he
fair
came
few
on, he was
minutes
like,
there, though.
I reckon it'll be about, because it's at Arsenal, so it'll be like 7, I reckon.
Yeah. Do you know what? I did think when he scored, I was with you, Ronnie. It
It looked tight anyway.
It looked part of me that felt like, is that offside?
They're cheering, so his loads 8.
8 minutes. Come on.
Ten Hag wants to go on and play as well. I don't know. Fuck it. Now he wants to go on and have a kick.
Yeah, they want to win this game.
Yeah.
Fuck it. You just go all out and go for it now.
Yeah.
Rather than, the record's shit anyway. You lose, there's nothing different. Nothing's changed.
And at least it's a performance
Yeah.
and you go for it, and you know what I mean? It's not like we just had our asses handed to us. But you got to fucking go for it now, mate. Also, as well, I don't fancy us sitting back with
No.
our 4th and 5th choice.
Come on!
About
Sloppy! Fuck.
We're just showing that we fucking got them open again. That ball hasn't been coming enough for me.
We've played well enough for at least a point today, lads. That's the worst part. Do you know what I mean? It'd feel like a fucking blow.
Yeah.
Because it's not like we've hanged on. I know the Saka chance was probably that was gilt edged. I think that was a bit of a sitter actually.
Nah, massive sitter.
Do you know what I mean? But
Massive sitter. All he's got to do is put it one way or the other.
yeah.
Anywhere but when he puts it.
Yeah.
It was
But,
it was a Lukaku finish, that. Go on, Alejandro. Fucking run at him. referee. Every time, ref.
Fuck me.
Jesus Christ, there's absolutely nothing in that.
Yeah, fuck's Ericsson.
To be fair, Odegaard, he's invited now. He's playing fucking. He's playing Pitt's football there. More focus on how many times can I jink my man instead of just playing it off. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Mate, I fucking hate it when it's like this.
Fucking look, I'm watching. This is what happens when so I'm just watching Wan-Bissaka. Everything's he's like a second slow. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's on his heels even for that. Be smart, lads.
I'm going to get one more chance here.
That's weak, man. That's weak, Bruno. Bruno, you've not been great today, man. Jumping out challenges as well.
Get up! Casemiro, man. To him! It's better. Fuck me.
Hey, Wan-Bissaka, if you need cramp, get on the pitch. Get on the pitch and go down. It's not happened for Bruno today. Everything's been a second off. Even then, it was a couple of loose balls. He's just a little bit slow. A little bit weak. See, finger on his heels then. Oh. Don't get penned in, no, lads. If we can push up, let's push up. I know it's hard not to, but I don't think we're built for penned in like this. Do you know what I mean?
We're not.
Yeah.
Not with that makeshift shift defence, or not. We've got a right back at left back. We've got a central defender we didn't want to have be at the club, and we've got a central defender that won the league back in 1986 over Johnny.
No,
Do you know what I mean? A draw is a good result. It is though, isn't it? All things considered.
Loads of people have been putting for fuck's sake constantly. I don't know if this means something.
How long ago was that though?
A minute ago, so it could be.
Probably could be.
We'll find out right now.
No. For fuck's sake.
Yeah, there it is.
Knew it was coming.
Fucking typical. Fucking typical. Declan Rice has done fuck all. Fucking
Didn't even know he was
wins
playing.
it.
Shot that from an arm though.
Should we get beat
96 minute, man. Fuck me. What we were saying about corners, we've been fucking they've had so many corners and we fucking dealt with them. And then now, 96 minute, when you've got your two fucking players that you think could deal with corners, and somehow.
Come on, Anana, man.
Why is no one marking him?
It's just
Why is
poor,
it
it's just poor keeping.
No, he takes a deflection off Evans.
Yeah. If you watch,
There.
is there? That's what does it in the deflection there.
Or is it Maguire? Oh, it's
I think it is Maguire. No fucking surprises there, is there? Hey.
I thought he hit Evans. He hit Evans, didn't he?
Is it Evans?
You blaming Onana there? You saying he should do better?
Deflection didn't help. I didn't see the deflection, but I feel like it's just a bit unlucky, to be honest.
He gets an hand to it, so you wonder if he saves it if the deflection doesn't happen.
Yeah. It's just fucking shit, innit? Honestly, what a shit weekend.
It feels like, obviously, because he got a hand to it.
Fucking going ahead as well, man. We went ahead.
For
We
35
lose.
seconds.
Fucking joke. I know we've lost both our centre backs, which obviously matters, but still. 96 minute.
Here he is, noshing off Neville. Get it in the box.
Oh, fuck off. Why don't you just get it in the
Why don't you
fucking
get it in the box?
box?
No ways he jumps out of that.
What the fuck was that about?
Rashford, are you?
Why did
Rashford, sure.
Why did he pussy out of that challenge?
Hey, what Rashford did there was unforgivable, by the way.
Fucking shit, man. It was fucking 2-1. We looked like we were 2-1 up a minute ago.
Jumped out of the challenge.
Got to fucking sort this away for him out. I'm sorry.
One draw in 10. One
Seriously.
point in 10.
What's that? Out of possible 33 points away from home against the top
one.
teams. Got one. Fulham had just got a fucking result, didn't they, the other week here? I knew that fucking dickhead would get a goal. He's
Onside.
He's
On the
well
line.
onside.
Well onside.
Gokul V says, our season is done with this defence, no Champions League. Fucking Ramsdale running around. around celebrating, man. Just fucking shit. Honestly. Fucking blow your whistle before it's 4. Got to get a grip of this away form, man. Fucking hell.
Why? If anything, why was Declan Rice free back post there by himself?
There was nobody on him at all.
Nobody on him at all.
Just shit organisation, innit? Fucking no communication at the
There's
back.
a shitload of shit, man.
Yeah. We're going to be back in a minute. We'll do a live review. Do you want to stick around for live review? You got to go. Do you want to stick around and do it? Or I can do it on my own if you need to.
No, yeah.
I just need one of yours. Right, stick around. This stream will send you to our live review. So we're going to be hearing from me and Scotty. Will do the review after this game. Then you'll be hearing from Andy Tate. Then you'll be hearing from Stephen Alston as well. Manchester United losing 3-1 at the Emirates in the worst possible way as well. To go ahead and then to be in it, think you've got a winner in the 88th minute, gets disallowed, and then Arsenal get a second goal in the 96th minute and a third goal in the 99th minute. Absolutely fucking infuriating and shambolic. And Eric Ten Hag's got to sort this out, man. We cannot keep losing away from home to the top teams. Scotty, thanks for joining us. I know you're going to be back in a minute, but where can people find you?
Back in the pub after that performance.
Back in the pub after that performance. You know where to find him, Scotty and Motti. Ronaldo Brown 98 on Twitter. Stick around. We will be back. We'll be back with a live review. We want to hear from you guys. Let us know what you think about that. Just another shit day at the office away from home against the top side for Manchester United Football Club. Losing 3-1 at the Emirates. I'm Jay Motti. This has been the Watchalong. Don't forget to hit like, share and subscribe. Thanks for watching.